Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too!
What's up, dirty dog?
Hello?
Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody? Good morning. What's up, Beach? Happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully all is well. What's up, Dom? Happy Tuesday as well to you. What's up, Crazy Horse? What's up, Dion? What's up, Lisa? Patriot? Connor? It's great to see you guys as well. We're a little early here. Baby G, how are you? A little early. What's up, Pound and Ground? What's up, Grilled Cheese? What's up, Akin? What's up, Garcia? Jonas? Grateful? Ian? JJ? Sofa King? Frank? Orangefield? It's good to see each and every one of you guys. We're here! We're here! What's up, Ron? What's up, Dashiell? We're here. It's good to see you guys. Well, I got my clean bomb. I'm ready for that. Nice and shiny, clean, crystal clear with weed in it. Ready to go. Got that. Let's see how fast it takes them to do the monetization takeaway. Let me ask you guys something. Is the never mind, I'll just see it myself. I'll see for myself here. I want to see. To do the okay. All right, never mind. Okay, where are we at? We're ready to start, and they aren't. That's where we're at. What's up, Grateful? What's up, Boggy? What's up, Lori? Johnny? Maul? NC Kelly? Amy? Valadez? 421? Owl? Neva? NorCal? Jeff P? It's good to see you. From Bama. Must be hot and sticky in Bama. It's hot and sticky here. It's hot. And we're actually getting some humidity. I don't know if you can tell my face. My face is burned. I was out inside for like 30 minutes maybe yesterday. It was so hot. Burning my shit up. Beach, I haven't touched the big box that you gave me. I mean, I took it out and put it all in the cabinet, but I'm still using that, was it Verve? VERVE? Street Line? I think that's that was the last bag that I had from the first box that you gave me, and that's why I was like, when I start this one, I want to let her know, because I know it'll take me a month to go through the bag, or 3 weeks. So that's what I'm using. That Verve, I think it's Verve. I think it's Verve. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but yeah, it's good stuff. I enjoy it. Oh, yeah. No, I was ahead of it. That's why I was like, yeah, as soon as I start this last bag, because I know it's going to take you some time to grab all that stuff together and all that. So, and the shipping. We all know USPS isn't the greatest. So, damn, look at the bar getting stocked up with Miller Lite. Look at all that Miller Lite. Oh, boy. Look at that. I've never seen so many cases of Miller Lite. Oh, boy. It's good to see not Anheuser-Busch. It's good to see Miller Lite in there. Shout out to you guys at Miller. There it is. There it is. Stock it up. 72 and stormy. I wish it was stormy here at least. I see you guys are still getting rain. That's what I'm saying. We're not going to see any rain until next year of February. Nothing. Not a fucking drop. Where I'm sitting, there won't be a drop until then. That's how crazy it is. And then I get so jealous. I see these streams and it's fucking raining here and it's raining there. It's flooding here and it's flooding there. I'm like, fuck. Can't we get some of that? Let them not flood. Let us flood for just a second. We can deal with it. Nuclear, how are you, buddy? What's up, Godded? How are you? Please, Lori, I'll trade you 20 hot, 80-degree and sunny days for 2 rainy days. Just give me 2 rainy days. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a whole lot of people, a whole bunch of beggars.
Tuesday,
look at that.
23rd
chock full with
day
beggars.
of June in the year 2026. Public comment for this morning's meeting will be taken in person.
I do live in the desert,
chamber.
Bones. I get it. But even in the
Madam Clerk,
desert,
please
it
begin our
rains.
proceedings by
How do we
calling
have
the roll.
flash floods? if it doesn't rain in the desert?
Harris, Dawson, Hernandez,
Desert
Hutt,
flowers.
Jurado, Lee, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price,
You're
Ryman,
right.
Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of June 17, 2026.
Councilmember Hutt moves. Councilmember
New York's getting
Rodriguez
slammed
seconds.
with
What's
rain
next?
right now.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Padilla moves.
Oh, the Dodgers should be- oh, no.
Councilmember Lee
That's not-
seconds.
Dodgers
Can
are
we? What's next?
Mr. President, today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
I'll ask
Better
everyone
give
in
it
the chamber
here.
to rise, face the flag, and follow along with Mr. McCosker.
Where's
at
the stupid
1-5.
woke cup, huh? Where's your
Thank you,
dumb
Mr.
woke
President.
cup at?
If everyone could face the flag, right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Beggars and
of the
mo
United
beggars.
States
That's
of
it.
America, and to the
You know,
republic
Jim.
for which it stands.
Hi, neighbor.
One nation, under God, indivisible.
What's up, History
with
Hunter?
liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, history. That's how it is.
All right, Madam Clerk, let's run
It's
through
like
our
Vegas.
agenda.
Vegas is really expensive.
Thank
when
you,
buy.
Mr. President. Items 1 through 7 are
Alcohol.
items noticed for public hearing. Items 8 through 17 are items for which public hearings have been held.
Hi, Art.
Items 18 through 52 are items for which public hearings have not been held.
How cowboy?
Item 53 is an item scheduled for closed session for which public hearings have been held. Item 54 is an item scheduled for closed session for which public hearings have not been held.
Oh, they
10
do,
votes are
Jonas.
required for consideration.
The flag is
All
like
right, without objection,
kryptonite.
those items are
The
now
American
before
flag
us.
is kryptonite to these
members, this is
communists.
now the time for specials. See Councilmember Rodriguez.
Dr. Green Thumb, good morning.
Item 15 for a separate vote, please.
Aye for a separate vote.
Shut up,
Councilmember
Meg.
Soto Martinez.
Mr. President, I have an amendment for item number 14. Should be circulated soon.
All right, Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. I'd
Sit
like
down,
to call item
commie.
17 for comments.
All right, Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you,
Can
Mr.
we just hear
President.
Buckethead
Item
talk?
13 for comments.
All right,
Oh, he did
Councilmember
the-
Hernandez.
Sorry, he did the.
Council President, I'd like to call
Anthem.
item 36 special for comments, please.
Oh,
36 for
more
comments.
Miller coming in the
Any other
back.
Specials members, Councilmember
Oh,
Price.
how much Miller do you need?
Mr. President, out of events
It's like
of caution,
30
I'm
cases of
recusing
Miller.
myself from item 50,
Oh my God!
since I am a
And
landlord.
there's kegs behind that.
5-0 for Mr. Price.
Of course,
recusal.
recusal.
Councilmember Jurado.
Council President, I'd like to call item 15 special for a separate vote, and I have an amendment for item 49, which should be
Stupid Grady.
circulating shortly.
All right. Any other specials members?
Hi, LCB. How are you?
All right. Seeing no other specials, Madam Clerk, what items are available for votes at this time?
Pardon me, Councilmember Jurado, was that 1-5 or 5-0? Thank you.
1-5, not 5-0. All right. Which items are available for votes at this time?
That's it. Big
Mr.
dummy.
President, there is a request to continue items 3 through 5 to Friday, June 26th.
Without objection, that'll be the order.
Subject.
The council may now take a vote on items 8 through 12 and 16.
All right, let's open the roll on those items. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
All right, let's get it, ladies and gents. Time for
Round
Five ayes.
smoke.
All right. What's next?
Thank you. The council may now move on to public comment.
All right, before we go to public comment, I want to direct everybody's attention to our colleague who represents Boyle Heights.
Oh, let's hear a little crybaby story. Come on, little
Councilmember
beggar. Get in
Jurado
here
of
and
the
tell us how
14th
you're
District,
oppressed. It
to
was
give
a
us
hard day
important
out there in the
updates
field for you.
about,
Come on.
why
Let
we
me
can't
hear
see
it.
more than 2 blocks away from
I want
this
to
building
fucking
this
hear
morning.
it. Come
Thank
on,
for
you
that,
openly
Council
gay
President. Colleagues,
chick.
today I
I'm
rise
the
on
first
behalf of the
openly gay
community
one.
that has spent the last week carrying a burden it did not create. For nearly a week, families in Boyle Heights and East Los Angeles have been living with smoke, odors, ash, disrupted routines.
Hopefully
and
it's
serious
right over your
concerns
house,
about
bitch.
what this means for their health and well-being.
Hopefully it's over your
Parents
house.
have been worrying about their children. Seniors have been wondering whether it is safe to leave their homes. Workers have been navigating commutes through smoke and uncertainty. And small businesses have been trying to keep their doors open while facing the same concern as everyone else. And through it all, neighbors have been checking in on one another. That resilience deserves to be recognized, but resilience is not the same
Kevin.
thing as responsibility. People are tired, they're anxious, and they deserve answers. Last Wednesday, a fire erupted at a cold storage warehouse facility in Boyle Heights. What began as a structure fire quickly became a prolonged emergency involving heavy smoke, air quality concerns, environmental monitoring, and a massive response from firefighters and emergency
Oppression
personnel
maxers.
across multiple agencies. While much of the attention has focused on the warehouse itself, I want to focus on the people living through the crisis every day. From the very first day of this emergency, my focus had been simple. Make sure residents have information they can trust and resources they can use. Every morning since the fire began, I've started my day at the command post receiving updates directly from LAFD and emergency responders so our office can get the most accurate information possible to the people who need it most. And every day after those briefings, my team has gone to work, and I really appreciate them. While firefighters focus on containing the fire, CD14 focus on people living around it. We are securing masks, air purifiers, and emergency supplies. We are creating flyers, knocking on doors, answering calls, checking on families, and making sure residents have clear, timely information in a language that they can understand. Going block by block through the neighborhood most impacted by the fire, including homes directly across the street from the warehouse. We are meeting people where they are because in a crisis, resources are only as helpful as it can get into the hands of the people most affected. And that work continues, and we're not doing that work alone. What I have witnessed over the last 7 days is the best of Boyle Heights, the best of the East Side, and the best of Los Angeles. Our community has shown up in extraordinary ways. Proyecto Pastoral, Inner City Struggle, East LA YMCA, Boyle Heights Bridge Runners, Boyle Heights Chamber of Commerce, Inclusive Action, Centro CSO, Union de Vecinos, LA Forward, DSALA, Neighborhood Councils, faith leaders, small businesses, volunteers, people who have spent days knocking on doors, translating information, distributing supplies, checking on seniors, helping families navigate resources, and making sure residents do not face this crisis alone. When a community was hurting, people showed up, and they continue to show up. And I'm deeply grateful for that partnership. And we talk a lot about city family. And we use it here, and I didn't really know what it meant, but this past week has shown me what it truly means to be part of one. On day one, Councilmember Hernandez sent air purifiers so that we could give it to the folks right across from the warehouse.
Did she eat them?
Then Councilmember Park and her team immediately connected with my staff and helped guide us through the realities of responding to this kind of emergency while also trying to figure out what do we keep going on our other city council work. She and Councilmember Soto Martinez personally delivered resources directly to our office, and for that, we really thank you. Controller Mejia bought air filters on his own and helped pack masks. Councilmember Padilla helped load boxes of air purifiers onto trucks and headed directly into the neighborhoods most impacted by the fire.
What superstars
and
they
trucks
are.
Driven by the mayor's office staff
Such
to help
superstars.
distribute. And also across the city, council offices have stepped up however they can. Councilmember McCosker, Councilmember Lee, your staff provided a truck. Councilmember Hutt sending 2 teams. Councilmember Rodriguez, Councilmember Yaroslavsky, your chief of staff, also Councilmember Lee's chief of staff, loading boxes, and Councilmember Blumenfeld from the earliest, helping us to find resources, whether it's masks or air purifiers. And the mayor's office, they've been alongside us every step of the way, helping coordinate resources and making sure Boyle Heights
You're both
gets
dykes.
the support
Why don't
it
you
needs.
lick her twat for her?
It was her advocacy to do
You're
a
both
joint
dykes.
declaration with
Why
the
don't you lick her
county
twat?
to get the governor to declare a state of emergency.
Maybe you're all ready.
So that we could get ahead of this fire with all the resources we need. And, you know, that has been such a fabulous partnership, and so I can't underscore.
Speaking of
how much the
fabulous
mayor's office has
partnerships,
helped us in this
you and the
process to
mayor,
address the need.
you guys should get together.
People keep asking one simple question: what do you need? And
You're
every
both
time
openly
we ask for
gay.
help, someone answers.
Why not?
And this crisis is not
I'm
over.
hooking you two together.
Families are still dealing with smoke, uncertainty, and concerns and about what they are breathing. Residents still need resources, residents still need information, and residents still deserve answers. And that is why yesterday I announced a package of motions focused on immediate relief, public health, and accountability. These motions are grounded in what we have been hearing directly from residents over the last week. If we're asking people to limit their exposure
bitch
to
should
smoke,
be over there with a
we
garden
should be
hose.
making it easier for them to do so. That means getting more masks, air purifiers, air filters into the community. It means reducing the amount of time transit-dependent residents are forced to wait outside during a smoke emergency. It means ensuring that unhoused Angelinos
Hi, Alex.
are not put in situations that
What's up, Mark?
increase their exposure during environmental emergencies. And it means demanding answers about how this
Hi,
fire
Ian.
happened, what oversight existed, and whether there are warning signs and what changes are needed to prevent something like this from happening again. But relief alone is not enough. Residents deserve answers. They deserve to know what happened, they deserve to know what burned, and they deserve to know what risks remain. And they deserve clear information they can understand and use to make decisions for themselves and their families. And let me be clear, this is only the beginning. These motions are the first step toward meeting the immediate needs of residents and beginning the work of accountability. As the emergency evolves from the fire suppression to cleanup to recovery and investigation, my office will continue bringing forward actions focused on transparency, public health, environmental justice, and accountability. Because when the fire is finally out, the questions, the cleanup, and the impacts on residents will remain. And for generations, Boyle Heights has carried environmental burdens that many communities never think about. I mentioned last week when we talked about parks that the east side has been the trash can of the city of Los Angeles for too long, and that's why park advocacy was so important.
Who lives in the east
It has
side?
also
Who
been
makes it
bearing
the
the
trash
burden,
can?
Just like other black and brown communities of the environmental
Who makes South
burden.
LA a shit can?
And when a major industrial fire happens here, the response cannot be slow, vague, or incomplete. It needs to have the same urgency, transparency, and protection as any other community in Los Angeles, and our neighbors in East LA deserve the same. I want to thank Councilmember Price, also, and Councilmember Rahman and Council President for also sending their staff over. I really appreciate it. I just want to say that this has really been an all city council, departmental, mayor's office, controller, city attorney effort. And like I mentioned, I didn't know what city family meant, and now I know what y'all put the family in it.
She's
And
Filipino.
especially in crisis.
First
we set
openly
aside
gay
our differences
Filipino.
and unite,
She wanted you to know
and I
that
thought
too.
that was really powerful. Before I close, I also want to thank Chief Jaime Jamie Moore and the firefighters of the Los Angeles Fire Department. We see your dedication. On Father's Day, there were so many fathers that were out there. They've been working 24/7, and so we appreciate their sacrifice and grateful for their service. In addition, want to thank Supervisor Hilda Solis, Senator Maria Elena Durazo, Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez, and all of our city, county, state partners, and every emergency responder, city employee, community organization, volunteer who has stepped up during this response. Boyle Heights did not create this crisis, and Boyle Heights should not be left to carry the burden of cleaning it up alone. And to the residents of Boyle Heights and East LA, we hear you, we are there with you, and we will continue to keep fighting with you. And we will continue showing up every day until this community gets the answers, resources, and support it deserves. So thank you, Council President, for giving me this time, and thank you, City family.
Thank you, and thank you so much for your lead.
Okay, I need to stop and talk for a second. South LA is a shithole because of the people that live there. They don't ever take care of it. I guarantee you, you and I could jump in a car and drive around and you ain't going to see but maybe one person cleaning up their little part in the front of their house. Piles of shit everywhere. Their kids doing the graffiti everywhere. They don't care about it. Right? Dumping garbage everywhere right out front. They don't care about it. And I hate to break it to you, but Boyle Heights. Let's talk about Boyle Heights since she was talking about Boyle Heights. I want you to look up Boyle Heights on your other device. Okay? That used to be a huge Jewish community back in the day. Beautiful, nice place. They decided to get up and move and go west for whatever reason. Other folks moved into Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights turned to shit. Why is that? Do you think it's because the white people came and dumped their garbage there and went and did graffiti there and did all that? Or is it because the people that moved in don't give zero fucks about anything? Then they cry and complain when their place is dirty. When it's their kids and their folks throwing the garbage and doing the graffiti. Too much realism.
Leadership, council member. Through these
yes, Jewish
last
Japanese, and the
harrowing
Japanese
days.
folks went
All
to
right,
Monterey
Mr.
Park.
City Attorney, if
Go
you
look
can
at Monterey
prepare us
Park
for
and
public
see how
comment.
clean it is up there on the top of the hills of Monterey Park.
Yes, Mr. President.
Very nice and clean.
To people providing public
No
comment,
graffiti.
When it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items
You want
you'd like
real?
to speak to.
That's
You'll have
fucking
1 minute
real.
per item,
You know how
up to
I know
3 minutes
this?
total
You
for
know
the
how I
items
know this? My fucking dad grew up in Boyle Heights. My fucking dad graduated from Garfield High School. Yes, the same one that fucking Jaime Escalante fucking taught at. Yes, that very same motherfucking Garfield High. And it was a nice place then. Zero community pride. Zero.
Open for public comment.
Zero.
When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic.
Zero.
Our goal is to
That's
get
where
through
my
as
dad
many
grew
speakers
up.
as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning
Chef.
from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not
they're
do
pretending
so,
to care,
or if you
Christina.
get
You
straight
caught
off
that,
topic,
right?
You will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker.
All right, let me jump through
items
him a little
open for
quick.
public comment on the
Since I-
agenda today, 18 through 52 and 54. 1 and 2 and 54. 26 will speak to your time is up.
I'm just
Out to
catching
the
us
room,
up since we don't
pause.
need to hear this. All
Puedan interpretar.
So you will get the
El tiempo mientras.
right, perfect. See,
you
we didn't
make
miss
use
anything.
Of the wide speak. Please
Perfect.
raise your
We're good.
hand
Now
so
we're
the
back to
sergeants
right
know
where we
to provide you with
wait.
that label as possible. You hear the
Now
name
we
that
are.
you signed up under called aloud before lining up in any order to speak. Again, the order in which the names are called is at random. That is to say, it is randomly generated. It is not necessarily in
Too
the
much
order
real.
in which you signed up. Thank you.
Japan is the cleanest country. I'm sure it's pretty clean.
I'd
I
like
mean,
to
I've
begin
seen
public
some dirt
comment by
there.
calling
I've
up
never
a few
been there,
names:
but on
Harriet
camera.
Elliott,
Yeah.
White Nazi, Cynthia G,
White
Jason
Nazi, who's
Cunningham, Margarita Capado, Renee Pittman, Hans Johnson, and Rabbi Cox.
Rabbi Cox, Renee Pittman. You know who Renee Pittman is. You know who that is. That's Home Chick, fucking laser lady. She's always talking about Renee Pittman and fucking Ron Johnson. There he is, Mr. Is that Mr. Herman? It is Mr. Herman, so we know who Mr. White Nazi probably was. All right, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Come on, don't get kicked out, bro. They're going to kick you out before you even start talking.
Okay, first speaker.
Good morning,
So
Pumpkinhead.
before we begin, hold his time. So, Mr. Herman, we have been through this before. You have made an accommodation request with the clerk's
HDS.
office, and we are doing our best to abide by that accommodation
HDS.
request. So, because you are at the podium right now,
HDS.
I will let you proceed with your public comment, but you know the rules.
HDS.
If you would like to, you are more than welcome to withdraw that request. I'm not encouraging you to do so. It is up to you. But
HDS.
we cannot play guessing games on where you would like to speak. So, I assume this is
HDS.
all in the spirit of trying to waste everybody's time here.
You're wasting
So
our
if
time.
it happens again, I will give you a warning, and it will constitute a warning for removal. So, you have 3 minutes for the items and
Hey,
1 minute for general.
Pumpkinhead, you
Go
have
ahead.
HDS. You're Herman
So,
derangement syndrome. HDS.
Everybody that believes in housing department, you've all been fooled. You continue to be fooled. Don't let these fools make fools of you. How many years have you heard of them providing you with housing?
None.
But yet not one goddamn answer or solution, right?
Not one.
But they're going to raise the taxes on you, right?
Oh, yes,
they're
they
asking
will.
for that, right, Mr. Price?
Oh, they stole that.
10% hike
Yeah, they
in
stole that.
taxes in Los Angeles when people can't even afford the rent. What is rent stabilization for then? What are the protocols for addressing the motherfucking violations, including escalation procedures and enforcement? Yeah, dickhead, I'm on page 61, motherfucker. Recommendations to improve transparency. So you see, a white motherfucker like me knows how to reduce and repeat violations by strengthening the enforcement.
I can't tell which item you're on, but to the extent you're on the same item, that was 49. You did mention rent stabilization. You have exhausted your minute on that item. Please move on. Again, you know the rules. If you don't identify
Shut
the
the
item
fuck
that you'd
up,
like to
you
speak to,
dog-eating
and I
fuck!
can't
Let him
tell,
talk!
Then I will have to interrupt you. So I need you to identify which items you'd like to speak to before you begin.
I don't have to address anything to you or direct my attention to you. I
Okay, so this is
direct it
your
to the
only
chair.
warning. You are now off the agenda. If you do it again, I'm going to move you to general.
I'm referring to the civil rights of equity and the fucking wetback immigration and aging and disability, cocksucker. That once again, housing LA citizens is not an oversight. It's a fucked up situation where people of minorities cannot afford to pay the rent. So you citizens,
Okay, I've asked you politely to identify the item. You've refused to do so. This sounds like general public comment. So I'm going to move you to general.
I'm
You have
on
1 minute
item
for general. Go
45,
ahead.
which is civil rights, equity, immigration, and aging. What's your fucking
This is your
problem?
general public comment. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Now, dickhead, last week, you allowed a white man to attack me in this facility and did no warning or no kick out, but you targeted me after the white man on that side of the podium was in my face yelling at me while you, dickhead, were talking to me. 2 fucking arguments going on in the same fucking house that I control the narrative. But yet you kicked me out for 2 fucking days, you fucking pumpkin head. Right, Smoking Scan?
That's it.
You with the pimple on your face, dickhead, didn't do the same enforcement that you should have done when allowing a person to attack me at the podium when I was sitting over there. That's why I'm here now defending that issue while you suck a dick. Fuck Korea, fuck China, God bless Donald J. Trump, and put your stupid ass behind bars.
All right, and that is your public comment. If we
He's
hear
talking
you
about
again, it will
Candido,
constitute disruption,
the
and you
great
will be eligible
panderer.
for removal.
That's what he's talking about.
To
Remember,
be clear,
great
just for the
panderer
record,
called
I have
him
no
out.
idea what incident you are talking
Oh,
about.
shut up. You
know
fucking
the rules,
do.
And for everybody who's here, we do
Lying
appreciate your
fucking
patience, and we
pumpkin-headed
apologize for what you
fucking
just heard.
bitch.
We do have to, Mr. Herman, congratulations. This is your
Pumpkin-headed
first formal
fuck.
warning, and for the purposes of being removed, do not disrupt me while
How
I'm
could
trying
you
to
have such a
address the members of the
big-ass
public.
cranium and no brain in there?
Again, we appreciate your patience.
No,
Unfortunately,
big-ass
this
head.
is a common occurrence.
Big-ass
Mr. Herman
skull
is
with a
regular
marble rolling
attendee at
around in
these
there.
meetings. The quickest way to get through
Your
this
fucking
is to
17 and a half hat size.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General public comment and item 50.
Unreal is
So you have
right.
1 minute for the item and 1 minute for
Commie,
general. Please begin with the
commie
item. Go ahead.
fucking punks. That's
Good
what these
morning,
people are.
members of the City Council. I want
Tell
to
them to their
start by
face when you
thanking
see 'em.
my council member, Isabel Jurado, for
As
all
I
her
do.
efforts this weekend. And then I want to move on to talk about homelessness.
Yeah, fuck Candido.
Homelessness, the homeless count has been down, but actions that this council
What's this bitch
plans
talking
to
about?
take is going to cause it to
Homelessness
increase.
is down.
And actions that this council is failing to take is going to cause it to increase. You cannot reduce homeless services 15%. You cannot reduce homeless services at all. And you cannot
The Indian
reduce
cockroach isn't here.
eviction defense services.
She ain't
I
here.
issued a layoff notice to my staff for June 12th, and we were able to raise just enough money to be able to keep the staff on staff until July 17th. Now,
Yeah, Ian.
there is someone in the audience who has, that's the 1 minute, right?
General, go ahead.
We have someone in the audience that is going to testify,
What's up,
hopefully
Eric?
in
Thank you.
Farsi, but I hear you don't have a Farsi interpreter, so maybe one of us will use Google Translate. She has been begging me to represent her on the 21st of July in a trial in Van Nuys Court. I cannot make, that would be Mr. Blumenfeld district. I cannot make that commitment to her because I may have 66% less staff and no services to City of LA residents as of July 17th. Think about what that means. I beg you to please
course you do. You're a
agendize
beggar.
this item, and now I'm speaking to the council president. I'm not a good mind reader. I used to be a good mind reader. I gave it up. It was giving me headaches. I sense that something's happening behind the scenes, but we had Councilwoman Rahman and Councilwoman Jurado ready to have this heard.
Good. Thank you. Cut her fucking mic. Nobody gives a shit about you and your
Thank
fucking
you, Speaker.
speech.
So your time
Okay?
has expired. Next
Go
speaker.
home with your fucking homelessness is down.
Shut up, bitch!
The fuck out of here. Enough of you fucking beggars. On to the next
Good
beggar.
morning.
Bring him
What
in.
would you like to speak to?
How much money do you need?
I'd like to speak to public comment and item 50.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Please begin with the item. Go ahead.
Good morning, Council Member Hernandez. My name is Lawrence Vasquez. I'm a EDN TEP student. And
Student? You're older than the
They
school.
were very helpful to me. I
fuck are you even talking about?
had an eviction filed for me, and on March the 2nd, it was dismissed because of the things that I learned from EDN, from their web tutorials, and from the help from the staff and the lawyer that subbed into my case on the day that I came to court.
Thank you, Tina.
I learned something, and the attorney had to dismiss the case because they didn't
Thank you, Tina.
mail me a paper that they had filed with the court.
And good morning.
The second time I was eviction was filed toward me, I had learned even more, and the attorney had to give me the RSO forms that are supposed to be in the front of the front.
1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Right. In the front where the mailboxes are at in the laundry room. I didn't even know about these forms, but I learned about them. And this was my defense, and they had to dismiss the case. For the attorney,
Look who's busy eating.
The only win for him is that
Look
I
who's
get
busy
evicted.
eating.
They don't want anything else. This is what we're all dealing with right
busy
now.
eating
Every
food.
person that gets evicted is dealing
Look at her.
with an attorney or a law
Pouring
firm. that
shit
that's
out
all
so
they
she can
do
just pick at it.
Is evict people. Evict a person, get paid. Evict a person, get paid. In the words of Michelle Obama at the library
Michael
address, they are us and we are them. Release the funds today. Sign the paperwork for it and sign the rest of the funds so that people like me don't get evicted. Senior citizens, families with children, and individuals. Thank you.
Why won't Big Mike take a chromosome test and sue all these people who've been calling him a dude? Make lots of millions and millions
Before
of
the
dollars.
next speaker begins, I'd like
How
to
come?
call up a few more names. Mia Gualtieri, Sharvi Reddy, Catherine White, Sylvia Esparza, Dominga Solorzano,
You can shave
and
this
Megan M.
Adam's apple down. Don't make
Good
you
morning.
a
What
woman.
would you like to speak to?
Public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Algo que llamó la atención es un autor se llama Colin A. Ross. Al principio se tituló.
Thank you, Dino Nug.
Go ahead.
Dino Nug.
translate.
Thank you, Crispy
Something
Dino
that
Nug.
was brought that came to attention for me was the author Colin A. Ross.
Al principio se tituló su libro Bluebird,
And at first he titled his book Bluebird,
pero ahora se titula Los médicos del CIA.
but now it's titled Los Médicos de CIA, the doctors of the CIA.
El autor Colin Ross dice que no hay ningún
Hi, Rich.
ejemplo de personalidad múltiple en la naturaleza.
The author Colin A. Ross says that there's no examples of multiple personalities in nature.
Solo en la página de Wikipedia no incluye Colin Ross en la página de personalidad múltiple.
Only in the page, on the Wikipedia page, is Colin A. Ross not included with multiple personality.
Es un trampa de los servicios de inteligencia.
This is a trap by intelligence services.
Porque la verdad es similar a Edom.
Because truthfully, it's similar Edom.
Gracias.
It is.
Thank you.
It is horrible double talk. It's terrible. He seems to understand it though. Terrible as
Good
it may
morning.
be,
What would
because
you like
she
to speak to?
speaks slow. That's what makes it easier.
I'd like to speak to
Yes, we love Harry.
16
Oh,
and
laser lady.
general public.
Okay, so item number 16.
16.
16. So item
I
16
don't
is not
see
open
Spindler
for
in there.
public comment
Doesn't
as
mean
the
he's not
public
coming.
hearing was held
He
at
shows up
committee,
late sometimes.
But you can speak to it during general.
Herman will
so you
sign
have
him
1
up
minute for general
early.
public comment. Go ahead.
All right, one.
And he'll just show up late.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to Councilman Hugo Soto Martinez. I am your constituent. Here's the situation. Well, before I go further, my name. Jason J. Scribbles Cunningham, CEO of J. Scribbles Music. I am a professional recording artist by trade.
Scribbles?
And
Anybody heard of scribbles before?
so 2025, as we all know, those fires hit. And while those fires hit,
I don't know, JJ.
it was a lot of property destroyed, venues destroyed, places where I performed, it was destroyed.
He's a recording
But what
artist.
was left was the place
I'm
where
the
I
Pope.
and for California, which is in your district. And while I'm renting at this place, now I got to find more venues. I have to find more venues where I can perform.
Barely speak, much less perform. Come
So,
on, bruh.
Speaker, your time has expired.
paying to
We
watch
do have
you
to move on
fucking
to the next
perform?
speaker. Okay, thank you.
I mean, fuck, if
Speaker,
you're
I need you to
performing,
vacate the
I'm
podium.
performing right now.
Speaker, at this point, you are disrupting the meeting insofar as we need to move
But
on
I'm a
to the other
constituent
speakers.
of
We have a
who
lot
go.
of people here.
Who go better pay attention.
So I'm going to ask that you please do not disrupt this meeting. This is your first and only formal warning.
What a goof.
We're going to move on to the next speaker now.
Goofy.
Sergeant,
The
if I can
kids
ask you to
use
please explain the rules
Goofy?
to the gentleman, I would appreciate it. Okay.
Y'all
Sir?
racist. Won't let the black man talk. Y'all racist.
Good morning. Yes, we see. Sorry, what would you like to speak to?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
I'm going to speak on item 16, homelessness.
Okay, so like the last speaker, item 16 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general. So you
Okay.
have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'll speak on general. Number 1550. Okay, let me speak.
Okay, so if you're, hold on. So 50 is open for public comment. You have 1 minute for item number 50 and 1 minute for general if you'd like. So please begin with the item. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Council Member Adrien Nazarian and all council members. My name is Marcella Thompson. I am a 66-year-old disabled senior citizen, native Angelino, Studio City resident living on fixed Social Security income. I am here today because I know firsthand how important individualized eviction defense network services are for people facing the loss of their homes. Over the past year, I've been involved in eviction proceedings while also dealing with serious health challenges. I have undergone numerous spinal surgeries over the course of my disability and need 2 additional surgeries to relieve severe thoracic spinal cord disorder. Managing my health is difficult enough. Facing the possibility of eviction and homelessness at the same time was frightening, exhausting, and detrimental to my health.
General public comment.
What's up, Cali Group?
During COVID, I had to go through 4 years of living in nursing homes, living with friends, dutifully paying my rent, and I had my spine reconstructed. I have a spine that is of titanium
That's like
and
me.
everything else.
Me too. Not my spine, though.
Unfortunately,
Thankfully.
I am facing eviction once again, but if it weren't for Eviction Defense Network coming to my rescue, I would have been living on the street, which I have never ever experienced in my entire life. I am hoping and praying that you will come up with the funds to help them help us. They shouldn't be evicted, neither should we. And I'm here to ask the City Council to fund this important network because we don't need to be on the street.
Orange is the new beggar.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Next
yeah,
speaker.
Ian, and in my arm. I have a plate and screws in my arm and in my leg.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
there's our homeboy.
General comment.
That guy.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
There's a lot of blame to go around between the elected officials, the staff attorneys, and the police. But I have to say that the lion's share goes to the police because they should know better than to believe what the city attorneys are feeding them. The police should know that when they expel people from council without giving them a citation so they can challenge the expulsion in court, they are violating due process. The Brown Act does not replace due process, it goes on top of it. This is an example of the obvious but less damaging misconduct. The really horrifying stuff isn't so obvious. The fix is obvious. You should ask the governor for a military-level investigation of government misconduct, and so should anyone in the audience here who actually wants the misconduct to stop. Anything less will cause unnecessary suffering.
Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
I'm here speaking on item 50 as well as public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Hans Johnson, representing the East Area Progressive Democrats and our 1,200 members throughout Los Angeles.
Fucking
I'm
commie.
here to commend two of our East Side and Northeast Council members, Isabel Jurado
Commie.
and Nithya Raman, for
Commie.
their ordinance to enact urgent release
Indian
of
scammer
funds
didn't even show up.
necessary and essential for the human rights and protection of Angelenos from eviction, including members of our club. I'm proud to be joined here today by one member of our club in particular, Linda McShann, who has endured a year of terror and constant threats to evict her onto the street despite being in her 70s and being a lawful tenant for many decades. Throughout the last year, many of you know, and Angelenos have had to endure a federal invasion and the terrifying consequences of masked armed agents patrolling our streets, ambushing our residents, and taking away loved ones and neighbors. Tenants throughout the city have had to endure a similar ordeal, and we are here today to ask that the council take urgent action to appropriately release funds that should not be withheld because of the public outcry, because of the public intervention wrongfully from the city attorney. I want to thank the two sponsors of this ordinance and urge other council members to show that you recognize the importance of these funds to represent tenants. This is about the tenants. It's not about the politics of the ordinance. It's not about the thumb on the scale by the city attorney who wrongfully instituted a bidding process, and then when that failed to obstruct the funding, then fell back on substantive objections to the tenant protection funds. You have the power to do what's right. On behalf of the largest Democratic club in the city and the state of California, I call on you to take the morally right stand, to do the right thing, and to get these funds released to LAFLA and the other nonprofits that are doing God's work protecting tenants throughout Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, communist piece of shit. You anti-American fuck who doesn't even know what was right from his left.
And before
Thank
the
you,
next speaker
beggar.
begins,
Next
before
beggar.
you just hit pause for just a
Next
second.
commie beggar, please. Why are they clapping? You're not allowed to clap. I thought there was no applause allowed in this room. There's no applause allowed in this room.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and members.
Remember
A
that?
few moments ago, I introduced a
cares?
motion seconded by Bob Bloomfield.
Fucking
Thank you very
jack-o'-lantern.
much. Regarding a 245. It's a 245 to assert
got that
jurisdiction
drunk
over
nose.
the Board of Harbor Commissioners June meeting action certifying a Port Master Plan Amendment number 30.
You over here drinking,
to
Tim?
establish
Got one of those
a
drunk
truck and
noses.
chassis parking lot along the 110 freeway at the intersection of Wilmington and San Pedro. And I'm going to
You see
ask,
Spindler?
Mr. President, that the clerk post and refer this matter immediately, given our schedule. And if you require a motion, I'm happy to
Look
make
at
a
that
motion.
jughead.
Without
How
objection,
giant
that
that
can be the order.
jughead is.
Madam Clerk.
Thank you. That motion is posted and referred.
Oh, milk dud.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker.
Thanks, milk
Thank you.
dud.
Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item number 50 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Hi,
beggar.
my name is Cynthia. I'm a
being
program manager
evicted.
for State House LA. I've been doing this work for a while now and have seen on the grounds why it's so necessary to make sure that we agendize the motion that Isabel Jurado and Nithya Raman presented at the H&H committee. When we talk about homelessness
I see Spindler now. Yeah, you're right.
prevention, right? And
next to Herman.
homelessness in general, we're never really looking at what is going to help systematically the tenants of LA. And this program, State House LA, has been doing that. You see the numbers that we've been able to put in the report. The city has that information. The city attorney has that information. What is that? I am unclear is why have the funds not been distributed? Now that we have this fire in CD14, I have a lot of family members right now that are being directly affected by this fire, health-wise, environmentally wise, and we don't know the type of impact this is going to create long-term. What I do know is that with ensuring that these services and these contracts are signed, it gives CD14 and other districts that are being affected financial assistance, rental financial assistance that I see a lot of family is going to need support with. The fire means not a lot of people are going out to work. It means people are going to have to start evacuating because of health risks, and not being able to make rent is going to create a bigger burden in each of your districts. So I really urge everyone here to take a look at the motions that we have set in place, understand why this is of utter importance. You have so many people out here today letting you guys know that if this doesn't pass soon, you're going to have a bigger problems in your hands. So please, please, please take a look at these motions, agendize them, make sure that we have these funds and support now before a bigger systematic issue is at play. Thank you.
Yeah, there's the link tree if anybody wants to join in another
Thank you.
room.
Next speaker.
That's the link to all the other rooms.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Necesito traducción, por favor.
Sí, adelante.
There's the link again.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Margarita Copado. Estoy aquí para hablar del punto 50. Comentario público general.
Good morning. My name is Margarita Copado. I'm here to talk about item 50 and a general public comment.
Insto al presidente del Consejo
I'm the
a que
other way,
actúe
Jake.
inmediatamente
Going east, I'm west.
e incluya en el orden del día la moción de State House LA.
I'm an
I
hour
urge
from
the
the fire.
President of the Council to include on today's agenda the motion regarding State House LA.
Para ordenar al fiscal municipal y formalice los 4 contratos con el programa de State House LA.
I order him to, for them to
Order him.
organize with the city attorney and make those contracts be formal for
I
State
order
House
him.
LA.
I order
De
him.
favor les pido
I
que
order
firmen,
him.
porque sin esa ayuda muchas personas están trabajando sin tener ningún sueldo y a nadie de ustedes les gustaría estar trabajando de embalde y sin ganar ningún centavo.
As I ask you as a favor to please sign that, because many are not getting the help that they need. They're working without a salary, and many of you wouldn't like to work for no cents.
You don't like to work.
Gracias a esa ayuda yo tengo un
You want it all
abogado que me
free.
está representando sin cobrarme ningún centavo. Voy por mi tercera
free shit for your
demanda
vote.
de
That's what you
desalojo.
want.
Tengo un hijo con necesidades especiales y él me dice que si vamos a ser homeless también nosotros.
Thanks to that help, I
doesn't even know
was able
what she
to
said.
hire a lawyer and paid him no money, and this is my third lawsuit
And I
due
paid
to
him no
unlawful
money.
detainers. And I have a kid with special needs,
And I paid him with
he's
no money.
wondering if we're going to be homeless.
And I paid him with
Yo
no
no
money.
sé por qué les
Where's
cuesta
Dad?
tanto trabajo firmar, dar esa firma.
Where's
El dinero
Dad?
no va a salir de sus bolsillos.
Where's Dad?
Ahí tendría que pensar si sale de sus bolsillos.
Where's Dad?
Muchas gracias.
I don't know why is it so hard for you to sign those papers, to sign them, because the money is not coming from your pockets. I mean,
Yeah, it's coming
if
from mine,
so,
bitch.
You would think about that.
It's coming from mine
Thank
and
you.
yours.
Good morning. What would you
You
like to
fucking
speak to?
idiot. Get a goddamn job. Stop begging.
Okay,
And
so
stop
item
fucking
17
and
is
having
not open
kids
for
that you
public
can't
comment, as
afford.
Public comment was held at public hearing was held
Fuck.
at committee. but
Hopefully
you
you
can speak to
stop
it during
there.
General, so you have 1
You
minute for
probably
general. Go ahead.
won't.
Hi, my name is Mia Galtieri. I'm a constituent of District 13.
Selfish
and I'm here in
bitch.
support of the readoption of the oil phase-out ordinance. An overwhelming body of scientific evidence confirms that oil drilling harms people's health. We need the city to take action today to move forward this oil phase-out ordinance as a commitment to Angelenos that our health, our safety, and our futures matter more than the profits of oil companies and CEOs. Phasing out oil drilling is just the first step to protect residents. We need the city to take urgent action now, and we are calling for the zoning administrator to revoke permits for the Warren E&P banning drilling site and the E&B Murphy drill site. We also demand that the city council uses the city's existing authority to plug idle wells. The fight to phase out oil drilling does not end with the passage of this ordinance. We need the city to take urgent action now to protect communities. Thank you.
Hey, Tokyo, I'm wondering, can we get AI just to be, interpreters and not waste the money for them? What do you guys think?
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
A general public comment.
Save some
Okay, so you
cash.
have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Megan Emmy, representing the Downtown Women's Center. We provide women and survivor-centered services in Skid Row, a neighborhood that encompasses 8% of LA's homeless population and less than 0.1% of its geographic
And
area.
100% of Nithya
Street
Raman
strategies
voters.
identified for 10 to 15% reductions include hygiene services, medical interventions, and meals in Skid Row, an area with the most concentrated health needs in LA. Most unhoused Skid Row residents rely on benefits, with upwards of 76% dependent on SNAP and 78% dependent on Medicaid. Reduced access to SNAP benefits begins this month due to HR 1,
Let's
and Medicaid
go.
benefits will follow in January. We cannot afford additional reductions to life-sustaining services. Funding cuts means fewer people accessing food, showers, and medical services, risking far more costly public health interventions. We respectfully urge City Council to maintain these vital services. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
all
you.
that
Next
funding
speaker.
getting cut. It's good. Finally. Enough of fucking the
Good
setting
morning.
up the
What would you
beggars
like to
for
speak to?
life.
Agenda number, item number 17, so general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
My name is Sylvia Esparza, and I live a few blocks away from the Murphy Drill site in West Adams, and I'm calling for the City Council to readopt the oil phase-out ordinance. I'm here because the scientific evidence clearly shows that the residential oil drilling adversely affects our community health and air. In light of Boyle Heights warehouse fire, I think we all understand the fear of breathing in unknown toxic chemicals. We all realize the importance of clean air and the danger of industrial sites in neighborhoods. The Murphy Drill site has received over 60 violations for failing to follow city and state rules. This ordinance will help shield my 9 and 8-year-old daughters, my neighbors, and a not insignificant number of children that go to school in the nearby areas. And they've been subjected to this for years. We ask the City Council to protect our neighborhood and readopt the oil phase-out ordinance. Thank you.
What about your kids being subjected to homeless encampments as they walk to school? Thanks to these fools and their policies.
Good morning. What would you
about
like to
that?
speak to?
Well, we don't want to talk about that, though. I'm sure of it.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Please begin with the item. Go ahead.
My name is Charvi Reddy. I'm a volunteer with the
Oh,
Eviction
thank
Defense
you. Come again.
And I've seen people walk into our offices scared, holding papers
No
that
way.
threaten their homes.
No way.
These are people who would end up on the street if not for the staff who welcome them, who strengthen them, and who teach them how to defend themselves in a system that they are completely unfamiliar with, that they've never seen before getting these papers. If there is any doubt
Time
that
for
the State House Coalition needs this funding, please look around. Look at the tenants who have shown up today. Many of them in the middle of their cases that threaten their houses, their homes. They've shown up. They have kids at home. They have work to do. They have jobs to get to. They have disabilities, making it difficult for them to get here today. But they've come here because they believe it is important that we get this funding. It is not something that is unexpected or that's a surprise to anyone. This is funding that's been promised to the coalition. All that we are asking is that we get the funding so we can keep doing the work that everyone knows needs to be done, that people have shown up today to have
General?
get done.
I'm sorry, you're on general. Thank you. Your time has expired.
Thank you, HB1 visa. Thank you very much. Thank you. Come again. I need more money. I always do. Thank you. Me and my friends can never
morning. What
afford
would you like to speak
nothing,
to?
and you
Good morning. I'm here to
must
speak about
pay.
Item 50 and also general comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Catherine White. I am the Director of Operations and Patient Care for woundwalk.org. We are a street medicine team that's been providing care on Skid Row for the past 2 years. I'm here today to speak about the city's policies and funding regarding homeless services and how fully funding housing is true harm reduction. Housing is harm reduction. Safe shelter is harm reduction. Access to detox and rehab beds is harm reduction. Mental health care is harm reduction. Access to health care, wound care, hygiene services, and good nutrition is harm reduction.
And new needles,
Recovery
crack
support
pipes.
is harm reduction. Clean streets and safe public spaces are harm reduction for our whole community. Woundwalk is opposed to the city's policy of allowing the distribution of drug paraphernalia to vulnerable populations. Harm reduction policies should reduce harm. There is no safe way to use fentanyl, methamphetamine, or crack cocaine. Clean pipes don't mitigate the most devastating of methamphetamine and
Told you.
cocaine,
General?
including heart damage, stroke, psychosis, hypersexualization, aggressive behaviors, lung damage, kidney damage, and other devastating health consequences. The risk of opioid overdose and severe addiction are not eliminated by increasing unfettered access to drug paraphernalia and needles in public spaces. If we want to reduce harm, we should boldly invest in interventions that clearly support recovery and stability, including housing. The funding on the line today is the investment that help people stabilize, recover, and rebuild their lives. And now is not the time to cut back on those services, including tenant protections. But stop the tax-funded distribution of illegal paraphernalia into our communities now.
Well, that's
Thank you.
one thing you got right. I don't know about that other shit, but yeah.
Before the
We
next
don't need
speaker
to give
begins, I'd
crack
like to call
pipes
up
to
a few more
crackheads.
names.
Fuck those
Greenspan,
crackheads.
Rocky, Lydia Galapu, Becca Estrada, Rich Ramirez, Daniel Melling, and Rena.
They want the hot
Good
dose.
morning.
Give
What
them the
would you
hot
like to
dose.
speak to?
Hopefully Hunter
Buenos
gets a
días,
hot
mi nombre es
dose.
Dominga Solórzano y ocupo
Be
interpretación,
fantastic.
por favor.
Good morning, my name is Domingo Solorzano, and I need interpretation, please.
Okay, and which items?
Muy bien, ¿de qué puntos va a hablar?
Del punto 50 y comentario público y general.
Item 50 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for
That's
each.
it,
Go ahead.
Golf.
Muy bien,
That's
tiene un
it.
minuto para cada uno. Adelante.
Sí, buenos días, mi nombre es Dominga Solórzano y soy del distrito 9 y soy miembro de ACE.
Member of
Good
ACE.
morning, I'm Dominga Solorzano. I'm from District 9, and I'm a member of ACE.
Another beggar group. I'm here because I need the
Soy
money.
inquilino,
Hurry up, give it to me.
organizador, activista y del distrito municipal. Insto al presidente del consejo a que actúe de inmediato e incluya
I am a tenant organizer, I'm an activist, and I belong to the municipal district, and I urge the president to immediately act.
en el orden del día la moción de SHLA para ordenar al fiscal municipal que formalice los 4 contratos con el programa
She can't even read Spanish. She can't even read in Spanish.
To move forward with the motion for SHLA and to order the city attorney to formalize the 4 contracts with State Housing LA.
Give her an easier script to rip.
Y
Script to
que
read.
ordene al LAHID que libere la
Can't even
asignación
read the script.
de fondos de forma inmediata de acuerdo con los importes presupuestados y que agilice el proceso de pago para garantizar que las organizaciones puedan seguir prestando los servicios de State Housing LA a los inquilinos.
Ma'am, we're in the position we're in life because we
And to
we
order
can't read.
LAHID
We need to go to
release the
school,
funds
a
for them
vocational
to
school.
immediately
About
send
that.
the amounts included in the budget and to expedite the payment process for the organizations to keep working with tenants through State House LA.
A los inquilinos, a la ciudad de Los Ángeles, cuanto más se retrase, mayor será el impacto y mayor será el riesgo de que los inquilinos se vean expuestos a un desalojo.
And if there is a further delay, there will be a bigger impact and a higher risk of the tenants to be in the situation of being without a house.
Oh my God.
Sí, por favor, que liberen el dinero que ya está ahí, no lo van a ir a ganar para darlo, Por favor, si no, programas como esto no los vamos a tener y seremos afectados y quedaremos en la calle. Por favor, gracias.
And to please release the funds because they're already there. So if you can please do so, because otherwise we will be affected and we will
That's
end
right.
up on
You
the
better give me the money. The money's there. Give it
Good
to
morning.
me.
What would you like to speak to?
Can't
Good
even
morning.
read.
I'd like to speak to item 50 and
In any
general
language.
public comment.
Fuck.
So you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
These aren't
Before you
engineers.
begin, if you'd like to, you can move the microphone if you'd like to. That's comfortable
Thank you.
for you.
Appreciate that.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute for each.
Good morning, Councilmember Hernandez. Thank you for your undivided attention. I sent you, the mayor, and the city attorney letters in support of EDM, and I have copies with me today.
Spindler's 2 away.
My name is Margaret Alarcon. I was born at the Women and Children's Hospital on Mission Road, and I am still here. I'm a long-term disabled tenant of Lincoln Heights. I faced 2 eviction proceedings, both dismissed. I could not afford a lawyer.
It's got one
EDN was
maniac
there.
right now.
Disability cases are very complex. They require individualized support to gather evidence, know our rights, and prepare for trial. EDN does not just provide legal help. It empowers people to show up for themselves and each other. For disabled tenants like me, videos and classes alone are not enough.
General?
These funds were promised. EDN has already done the work. April, May, and most of June. They showed up for us. Now we need this council to show up for them. Preventing evictions is humane. It is fiscally responsible. It is the most direct tool this city has to prevent homelessness. Advance the April 2026 allocation. Release the funds by July 1st. Pay them. Keep families housed. Thank you for your undivided attention.
Pay them. Pay them. Do you hear that? Pay them.
I have the letters here, if someone would like
Yes.
to take them.
So, thank you. Yes, you can. If you have materials to provide to the council, you can always provide it to the sergeants on your way out. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Good morning,
them.
everyone. So sorry because I do not speak English.
No
well.
shit.
I live in Woodland Hills, and I am here today because I am fighting
Fighting?
an eviction case in
Oh,
Los
fighting.
Angeles.
Fucking.
My jury trial is scheduled for 21 July 2026. I came to the United States with my husband and my 12 years old son to build a better future. But instead we have been struggling to serve. I do not speak English well. I do not understand the legal system. My landlord has attorneys. I have none. Without legal help, I do not believe I can fully defend myself in court. I
She
joined
sounds like she's
the
from Iran.
Eviction Defense
Irani.
Network program because I needed guidance, the help
Persia.
I understand the court process, prepare document, and learn how to defend myself. But today I am terrified because I learned that EDN might have to lay off 66% of its staff on July 17. My trial is only 4 days later on 21 July. If those
Thank you, Speaker.
You know what?
Your time has expired.
I don't want to give her no money, but I'm going to give her
so,
this because I'm a fair and
just
honest person.
For everybody here, if you would like
at least she's trying to learn English. She's not even been here a year, and as fucking broken as her English is, you still kind of understand her, right? How many people do you see coming up here, been here they'll tell you, I've been here 30 years, 40 years, and they ain't speaking a lick of English.
Interpreter.
So I'll give her that.
Another language other than English.
She's at least
Spanish,
trying.
And
I'll give her that.
Contact us beforehand, usually 2 days. We'll do our best to have an interpreter here.
I'm an even keel motherfucker.
You can make those requests with the clerk's office.
I'll give you that.
It's
And
actually
English
right
is a
over
tough
that
language
way,
to learn.
near the bridge. But we do need to move on to the next
I'll
speaker.
give her that.
Thank you for your.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Fuck. Oh, no, that's her, right? Wait, that's her, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, that was her. Oh, here he comes. Viewer discretion is advised.
All
Viewer
items in
discretion
general
is
public
advised.
comment. You have 3 minutes for
Viewer
the items
discretion
and 1 minute for
is
general.
advised.
Please begin with the items, and I'm going to ask that you
Morning,
identify the
douchebag.
items before you begin speaking.
Let
yes,
him talk.
douchebag. Already douchebag.
Yeah.
So let's see, number 50. Let's see here. Why you gonna give $36.3 million money cow to this motherfucking item after you screaming all months and months that the city don't have the money? That what we're gonna do, money cow? Did you lie to us? Did you lie to us? Yes, you did. Anybody that wanted to cut this fund, you lied to the taxpayers. Because it says there's no impact on the general fund, so that means you tried to cut the renters out to help the Zionist Jews. Let's give the number 50 a hand. Right. Yes. You got caught in another lie. But the worst part is Nithya Ramen Noodle, who waved it out of committee. She didn't even care to hold a meeting. She just moseyed her ass home to her $3 million house. Then we get 51. Shut the fuck up.
That's
we get
it.
to
Shut the fuck up.
51. USC Care Medical Group.
Shut the
for
fuck
the
up.
health care of the in-house. What about goddamn housed? What about the people who are in fucking rent-controlled apartments? How about the people who pay market rent, Marquizzi? Why don't you
stay
give
on
some
topic.
people the fucking money for
I
that?
agree. So you can speak to this during general, but I need you to speak to item 51 specifically.
Motherfucker.
Then speak to 51. This is your only
51,
warning.
motherfucker.
Hold his time.
It says
Hold it. Your time is
motherfucker
paused
on
right now.
house.
I am trying to give you
Shut
instructions.
up. It says on
At
house.
this point, you are disrupting the meeting.
I
This
was
is your
not,
first and only
motherfucker. It said
formal
on
warning.
house.
Your time is paused. Do not speak over me. Do not speak over the other
Stop
council members
doing this shit.
or the council president. So you have been
You need to
warned. If you
stop that
continue to
fucking
do
shit.
it, you will be removed.
You're disrupting the
Stop it.
meeting, Mr.
You
Spindler.
need to stop
One
this.
more warning and you're out.
So stick to the items and we'll move you to general.
Shit.
Go
You
ahead.
need to fucking stop that shit, okay? I fucking talked about the housed. The committee says unhoused. I'm telling you what the housed should get. That's clearly on the fucking topic. Liar. Lying bar card fraud. Liar.
Yeah,
So
you
why don't you
pumpkin
give
head.
people that pay market rent, unlike Hugo who gets rent control, how about give some people that market rent a fucking break for once, huh? So now what do we got here? See how you have to fight for your right to speak? Free speech, my ass.
Commie.
Then
You were warned
52.
before. You were off topic again. You're now on to general public comment. You have 1
sure,
minute. Go ahead.
motherfucker.
Give it to
Sure,
him.
motherfucker.
Give it to him.
You know who's watching this meeting this morning?
Smoking scan.
They're 3,300 miles away in a certain building.
We are.
Next to a dirty fucking pool overlooking the Lincoln Memorial. That's why I'm here today. I want you to see, DOJ, I want you to see how they violate and discriminate on content-based discrimination. They don't like what I say because I won't give them bribes. I will refuse to pay off any of these 15 council members. I could pay any one of these 15 council members to get rid of my problems. I refuse to do it. I do not want to be an accessory to a felony. The only way you get your street lights, pay them off. The only way you get rid of an encampment, pay them off. This is a pay-to-play criminal organization where you can't speak. So on behalf of the taxpayers and Mr. Pratt, fuck you all.
Great.
That's it.
Your time
Fuck
has
each and
expired.
every one of you
Just
DEI
an
hire
FYI,
fucking
again,
communist
Mr.
socialist
Spindler is
pigs
our other
and your
infamous, or one
fucking
of our other
kids.
infamous
Don't
gadflies.
forget about your fucking kids
for anybody
either.
who has been at these
Fuck
meetings
them
before,
too.
who has watched on Channel 35,
Especially
or via
your
YouTube,
twins there,
you can
Noodle.
certainly see that we do not discriminate based on content. They are allowed to insult us, and they do so almost every single day. We, again, appreciate your patience, and with that, we will move on to the next speaker. Good morning. What would you like
Commie
to speak
fucks.
Yes, I'm here for public general comment for item 17.
Okay,
Wait
so you
for
have
the
1 minute. Go
government to
ahead.
come in and swoop in.
I'm Becca
We're gonna
Estrada
celebrate
from
it.
District 15 and a director of California Interfaith Power and Light. I'm in favor of readopting the oil phase-out ordinance. As a faith leader, I'm concerned about the environmental impacts of neighborhood oil drilling, as well as the numerous health impacts that are caused amongst families, children, and vulnerable communities living near these oil wells. This ordinance was passed in 2020 or 2022, but now we need the city to get us back on track to shut down oil wells citywide. When you vote on this issue, you'll be faced with a moral decision to protect the working class families or allow multi-million-dollar oil companies to become even richer. Please, I urge you to take action now. Readopt the oil phase-out ordinance, shut down oil or idle oil wells that still leak oil into our ground, and please urge the zoning administrator to revoke the permits for the Warren and Murphy drill site. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item 17 and general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Great. Hi, my name is
Bro,
Daniel
she's
Malley.
never drowning,
I'm a
ever. She's
resident
never gonna
of,
drown.
Hollywood in
Oh
Council
my
District
God.
13, and
Oh,
I am
those
co-chair
are
of
real
the Liberty
tits.
Hill Foundation's
I'm
Environment
pretty sure
and
those are
Justice
real.
Donor Circle.
They
I'm
moved
here to
like they
speak
were
in
real.
support of readoption of the phase-out
Holy
ordinance.
smokes.
It's vital that we move this forward for the health,
Holy
safety,
smokes.
and future of our children and our community. I grew up in neighborhoods that have clean air, and not everyone has access to that. The disparities are really clear, with a lot of the oil drilling sites being close to low-income communities of color. The council
That's
has
why I'm always
supported
looking this way.
This phase-out
Not
measure
watching this
through
shit.
multiple hurdles, and I'm excited to see it move forward. But we have two additional asks. One is to call on the zoning administrator to revoke the permits for the Banning drill site and the Murphy drill site. And the second is to use city authority to plug existing idle wells. I think we can move these two forward alongside the phase-out ordinance. Thank you.
Oh my God. How did the viewer count go up 50 all of a sudden also?
Thank you. Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Everybody likes some titties.
General public comment and
Even
item
chicks.
36.
Okay, so you will have 1 minute for item 36
Even
and
chicks
then 1
can
minute for general.
appreciate a
Please
nice
begin
set
at
of
the item.
tits.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, honorable council members. My name is Doug Coates. I'm the president of the United Firefighters of LA City Fire Local 112. We're asking you today to basically take one step, and that's support this ordinance to fund the LAFD and let the voters decide in November. This ballot measure will provide new revenue that is dedicated entirely to the fire department for staffing, stations, and equipment. The LAFD is nearly half the size it should be to protect our nearly 4 million people. In 1965, we had 3,379 firefighters. Today, we have 3,387. That's only 8 more firefighters today than the 1960s. 60 years later, while the call volume has nearly roughly 5 times the amount of calls, and we have 6 fewer fire stations than the 1960s. Our response times have nearly doubled than the national average.
General?
This ballot measure will fund more firefighters and paramedics, repair and build new fire stations, and replace a reserve fleet that is more than 95% out of service. 95% out of service. This ballot measure will save lives, period. It's accountable. All new revenue must be spent on core LAFD services and existing levels of the LAFD funding that must be protected. It creates an independent citizen oversight committee and requires annual public audits. Please support your LAFD and let the citizens of LA vote on November 3rd. Again, the Boyle Heights incident shows that major incidents can happen at any time. Thank you.
And thank you to the LA City and Fire. Thank you
Next
both.
speaker.
And see how sad it is that he has to come in here
Good morning. What
and
would you like
literally
to speak
ask
to?
for
General
money
public
when
comment
everybody
and
else is
number
getting
item
money. You better demand it.
Okay, so you have 1 minute
You
for
better
item
give
36 and 1 minute for general.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Richard Ramirez. I'm the Vice President of UFLAC Local 112 and also a firefighter paramedic for LAFD. I want to remind everyone why this ballot measure is so important to the LAFD and its residents. National Safety Standards recommends a firefighter reach a cardiac arrest within 4 minutes, and that 28 firefighters should be on scene within 8 minutes of a serious incident. Across most of LA, the LAFD arrives at nearly double the time. As mentioned by Councilmember Gerardo, citizens' health was at risk recently with the Boyle Heights fire. Also, your firefighters' health is at risk. They were exposed to toxic waste, hazardous materials, and smoke, and we still showed up without any question. With depleted resources, this is a serious problem when just a few seconds in emergency can mean the difference between life and death. A recent study also found that the LAFD needs roughly 62 additional stations to serve a citizen the size of LA. We need twice as many firefighters and paramedics and hundreds of additional trucks, engines, and ambulances. That's why firefighters took on our backs to finally fund the LAFD the way it should look to serve our citizens correctly. This measure will fund firefighters and paramedics, ambulances, engines, wildland fire apparatus, and new fire stations and rebuild fire stations. And unlike any other charter amendment this council is now considering, it will provide a new revenue source of about $345 million a year that must be spent to the LAFD core services, must be spent towards the core services. It's not exaggeration to say that this is the biggest measure in the history of our fire department. It's one of our it's our only chance to make the difference and make things right. And we're asking for your support today to put it on the November ballot. Thank you.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Good morning. General public comment, item number 36.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for
those
each.
are
Please
real.
begin with the item.
Those
Go
are
ahead.
real titties.
Thank you. Good morning, council members. My name is Ryan Quigley. I'm a firefighter paramedic with the Los Angeles Fire Department for the past 23 years. I'm also the current secretary for the United Firefighters of Los Angeles City, Local 112. I want to tell you what understaffing actually looks like. It's a 911 call coming in, and the nearest engine is out on another run, so help comes from farther away, and the clock keeps running while the family waits and hopes we make it on time. It happens because the system is stretched too thin. We're answering 5 times the calls that we did in 1960s with the same number of firefighters and fewer stations.
She's a bartender there.
Our response times are nearly double the recommended standard, and that's on a good day. Right now, as the Boyle Heights fire enters its 7th day, we have between 80 to 100 sworn LAFD firefighters on scene, and the ripple effect is impacting every single one of your council districts. Firefighters from other parts of the city have to move up to cover, to help staff the Boyle Heights fire, but who's backfilling their positions in the communities? We don't have enough people. We don't have enough extra apparatus, but that's what is happening right now. But this is what's happening right now. We brought this measure forward because we can't afford to wait on the city, and neither can the people we protect. This is our plan to undo the decades of underinvestment in our department, more crews on the streets, equipment that actually works, and stations closer to neighborhoods that have waited the longest for help. We're asking you to please move this forward today and let the people we serve make that choice in November. Our next ask will be to have this ballot measure be the focus of every conversation until the ballots are closed in November. Thank you for your time.
Because they don't know how to pronounce things, Skyforge. That's why they say it.
Before
really,
the next
it's
speaker
two
begins,
letters,
I'd like to
L
call
and an
a
A.
few more names.
L-A.
Emma Silber,
Not
Marcella
Alley. That would be three
Thompson,
letters.
God
A-L-A.
Miguel, Wendy Miranda, Mayim Garibi, and Dina Cruz.
So it's really simple. It's L and an A. Put it together.
morning. What
L-A.
would you like to speak
Even
to?
our mayor couldn't
Morning.
say it back in
I
the
would
day.
like to address item number 50
Via
and
Ragosa.
general
Couldn't say it.
Okay, you said 50 as in 50?
And he's the mayor. He
You
was
have 1
the
minute
mayor.
for the item and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the item. Go ahead.
Thank you, City Council and Council President. May I respectfully request your attention, please? I am here as a representation of the EDN Defense Network system. I am a tenant that I can tell you personally that I already would have been a member of the unhomed community if it wasn't for the soulful, heartful acts of the Eviction Defense Network. I have been a part of it since April, well, technically March, and I have been working with them countless times, and I have learned through their incredible program how to not only learn my rights, but to defend myself, to get the guidance I need, to be able to figure out countless amounts of paperwork, to be able to stand up and defend myself and my rights to be able to be homed. That is a general right that we should have.
It's not a right.
The tools like
Housing's
EDN
not a right.
and the love and respect and the guidance that they provide for all of not just myself, but thousands and thousands of our community. I don't know what I would have done without them, and they need their funds. They've already worked for their funds, and I am respectfully requesting to please release the April funds and do it before July 1st. Because I personally don't know if I'll have representation. I'm waiting for my trial date, and without them, I wouldn't have known what to do, and I wouldn't be standing here today. I'd be already be on the streets. So please, please, don't let it go to any votes. Give them what they already deserve and what they've already worked for. Please. Thank you very much.
And please, lay off the drugs, ma'am. Please, please.
Thank you. Next speaker.
And again, if we give you free housing, ma'am, you'll just be back for
morning.
free
What would you like to
health
speak to?
care,
I guess
free
it's item 50
education,
now.
free car.
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Councilmember Hernandez, I am your constituent. Thank you for your undivided attention. I'm a student at EDN and a homeless advocate at the Vanta Black Ministries. I have direct experience of the absolute horrors of homelessness. If you don't support organizations like EDN, then you are a direct contributor to rat-infested encampments, drug addiction, mental illness, elder abuse, child abuse, murder, rape, suicide, and animal abuse. These horrific and demonic realities cause hate and division amongst the people of the city of Los Angeles, which you orchestrate with our blood on your hands when you ignore organizations like EDN. I've never heard of an organization that works for free and takes care of the people that you claim to care about when you're trying to get elected. Pay EDN what you already owe them and keep on funding them. All glory to my master, the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Driver killed in March Air Force Reserve Base crash, found with gunshot wound. Oh, wow. So it was a crash at an Air Force base here in Riverside.
General public
and
comment.
the driver had a gunshot wound.
Council members, as we speak, the U.S. and Iran are in fragile negotiations to end ongoing war. Negotiations Israeli leaders have repeatedly vowed to sabotage. Today also marks 1 year since Israel's bombing of Iran's Evin prison, the deadliest event of the 12-day war that drew the U.S. into direct conflict. In Evin, Iran holds its highest profile political prisoners and anti-government dissidents. Israel struck Evin with 6 American-made missiles during visiting hours, killing over 70 people. Among them innocent passersby, prisoners in their cells, including a US citizen, a 5-year-old, Mehrad Khairi, killed with his mother, one of the social workers whose lives were taken. The attack destroyed the prison's clinic and its library. Israeli Minister Gideon Sa'ar absurdly claimed the strike was to free the prisoners. Bombs don't liberate people. Renowned activist Narges Mohammadi, herself imprisoned for defending women's and minority rights, called it what it was, a war crime. Council members, if we stand with ordinary people here and in Iran, we must divest city funds from Israeli
expired. We have to move on to the next
Thank
speaker.
you for your script, white liberal lady. Thank you. Nobody gives a fuck.
And as we wait for the next speaker to come up, just
Now
an
go back
FYI,
to mental illness.
if you run out of time during your public comment, or if we run out of time and you're unable to speak today, you can always provide additional public comment in writing at lacouncilcomment.com. Again, that's lacouncilcomment.com. You can find that URL towards the top of every council agenda. You can also do a quick internet search, and it should be one of the first things, if not the first thing that comes up. Thank you. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General public comment and item 50.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Good morning, City Council members. My name is Jay Gaines. Thank you, Council President Dawson and Council Member Hutt. Today, I just want to say, really, thank you for taking the time and careful consideration for the matters that we have before you. We really need to see the Eviction Defense Network and the Stay Housed LA organizations get the funding that they need to do the work that they do. I was actually homeless. I'm a product of the public school system. I am a native of the city of Los Angeles. At 66 years old, I am still at it, working hard every day to make Los Angeles a better place. However, I did spend a number of years homeless, living on the streets here in Los Angeles. I worked my way up out of it. And in the 6 years that I've been in my apartment, I was facing eviction for a time. The Eviction Defense Network was there for me, trained me to represent myself,
she is eating.
to face the difficulties of just navigating a court system, which is nothing like anything we're taught in school. So I want to thank you all for your careful consideration and getting this done so that more people do not end up homeless like I was. Because, look, you guys, you see it every day. You have to drive past it to get here. It's terrible out there. We don't need more people becoming homeless. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Speaker. Next speaker. Good morning. And before you begin, I believe we've received your accommodation request. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it
and then
goes.
we'll make a
We're gonna put
determination.
kid gloves on for
depending on
you.
how it goes. But which items or what would you like to speak to?
1 and 50.
Funny how accommodating
And
they are to
might
other
be
folks.
mangled into each other because of my disability.
Okay, so
Because of your
you have
disability?
1 minute for item 1 and
What,
1
you're
minute for
fucking
item
retarded?
50. Go ahead.
My stomach is really nervous right now. I have spoken to Sotomayor. He's my rep. I am surviving a network of white supremacists. I just can't believe I'm even here. The most recent one was on June 4th. Some guy called Alex, he lives a couple houses down from me, and he came over to my house with a sledgehammer, and he sledgehammered my metal fence for an hour and a half, and I pretended that I wasn't home. And when it happened, I just kind of blocked it all away because it's been the most latest attack of many white supremacy attacks. I wish that all of you, even in the corner over there, chit-chatting amongst each other, can hear this, because a lot of people in Northeast LA are experiencing white supremacy attacks. I've heard of another case of a comedian that has an Afro-Arabic last name getting swastika signs
Carlos
put on his
Mencia?
garage when he came back from vacation. Him and his little kids were horrified. I've had people try to run over my mother when she's coming out of there's a police report about that. I've had to pick a guy's face on a lineup
So
when
I'm
he
going to
threatened
pause
me.
your time for just a second. Is
The
this related to
victimhood is
landlord
high.
issues or renter protection issues?
Victimhood is
okay.
I'll get to that.
So
through the fucking
It doesn't
roof.
sound like it's item 1, but what we can do is you've used 1 minute.
How
and
much
you're
did they
doing
pay
great.
this guy?
You
Gave
also
him
have 1
20
minute for
bucks
general
and an
public
orange
comment.
shirt.
Again, we'll continue to
that
assess your
stupid
accommodation
fucking
request.
hat.
But for now, can we start his time at 1 minute for the
Look at the
general
kid
public
gloves.
comment? Go
Look at the
ahead.
kid gloves he
Okay,
gets.
Also, to get the housing thing, the 50, it's I am seeing a lot of elderly people in my neighborhood being displaced.
By what,
There's an elderly
supremacists?
couple that, under a very weird technicality, they were kicked out by
KKK did it?
Bruce J. Real Estate. They're literally on the floor when I go outside. And I've known these people my whole life, probably. I've seen them around there. It's horrible. But So I wanted to comment on that, but I wanted to say that the Copper Keg liquor store from the corner of my house, the barber shop, Fenton's, the Sadlers, Cara McConnell, Dana, Catalona. There's a lot of people. Oh, and there's also a group. I'm not even kidding you, people. There's a group of racist white 12-year-old girls that are bringing other girls by my house, calling me a crazy guy and a monster because a network of white supremacy females in 2006 started to lunge their bodies at me.
Got it. Thank you. You did great, I think.
Investigated by the city attorney's office.
Understood. So thank you for your public comment. Next speaker.
I told you, I called it.
Before the next speaker
his
begins,
disability was retardation. He's fucking
Regina
retarded.
Serrano, Jessica Brown, Chelsea Landeros, Irma Martinez, Nathan Gordon, and Margaret
Okay,
Alcorn.
these are the same guy wearing the
Good
same
morning. What would
shirts.
you like
These
to
are the
speak to?
same retards they pay to come in here.
General?
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
These are
Please
paid
begin with the ad.
retards.
Good morning. My name is Dina Cruz. And I'm
Retarded.
here to speak to our council member Jurado. I don't see her. Is she in the house?
Yeah, she's in the
Yes,
back
I don't see
eating.
her. Can somebody point her out to me?
She's in the back eating.
You changed your look, but I don't see her.
She's in the
'cause
back
this
eating.
message is for her. My name is Dina Cruz. I have lived in Boyle Heights for 22 years, and I took time off work today. That is why I wanted to see her, because it's costing me a lot of money to be here. Thank you for your efforts and for saying the right things. Regarding the Boyle Heights warehouse fires, we must not allow lineage to blame third parties. We must hold them accountable and not let this be another Exide. No bankruptcies. We must protect the area impacted and our firefighters, which are here today. Thank you for your service. Shout out to the Red Cross for our park and our parks for the shelters. They are fabulous. But more needs to be done to help demystify the stigma and perception of seeking help. Also, the lack of safety is alarming. My son goes to Bravo Medical Magnet and he cannot walk to school. Despite it being
General?
walking distance, gangs are rampant and graffiti on Wabash must be removed every other day because this is a war. And without the community having to call, do not put the burden on the community. Our unhoused neighbors need weekly outreach and resources for the cleanups. Not they get cleanup, they get resources, and then the resource comes back a month later. That's not okay. And in regards to the item for the violations or our RSO, I am a victim. I am a survivor of Keys for Cash, and I have a lot of cases from 2018 to 2019 that I was disserviced and mistreated. And so I think we need more protections, and I hope that Ms. Jurado heard what I said today. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming in
Next
today, beggar. Let me also tell you, you'll change the stigmatism of coming and asking for help when you come with your hat in your fucking hand and say, I'm having a really tough time and I need some help. Not, I demand, or you fucking better. The money's there. Release it. Have a good day. Get back to work. You need more money.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Great, thank you. My name is Emma Silber. I'm a member of the Stand LA Coalition. I'm here to speak in support of the phase out of oil drilling citywide. First, I want to thank Councilmember Yaroslavsky for her leadership moving this ordinance forward over the last few years and for standing with frontline communities impacted by oil drilling. I also want to thank the Planning Department for their tireless work drafting this ordinance for the second time. We need the city to take action today to move this oil phase-out ordinance forward as a commitment to the health and safety of all Angelenos. But phasing out oil drilling is just the first step to protect residents. We need the city to take urgent action now, and we're calling for the zoning administrator to revoke permits for the Warren E&P Banning drill site and the E&B Natural Resources Murphy drill site. We are also here to demand that the City Council use the city's existing authority through LAFD to plug idle wells. Thank you.
What's up, Angela? Yeah, they hate those oil wells. They want $12 a gallon gas here in California.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item 17, a general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
My name is Wendy, and I'm with Esperanza Community Housing, a member of Stand LA. I'm also a constituent of CD15.
I see
I am
back
here in
there.
support of readopting the oil phase-out ordinance. The science is clear. Neighborhood oil drilling is fundamentally incompatible with protecting public health. We carry this evidence in our bodies. We have experienced countless nosebleeds and headaches, asthma, and even cancer. The fight to phase out does not end here. We need the city to take urgent action now. The city already has the authority to plug idle wells, and the city can urge the zoning administrator to revoke permits for the Warren
230,
ENP
Bud
Banning
Green?
drill site and the ENB Murphy drill site.
230.
We need the city to
240?
make a commitment to us and place our health and safety and future over corporate and industry profit.
Could be way off.
Lastly, I want to extend my solidarity with the State House LA folks. Sign the contract and fund State House LA now. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't want any oil wells.
Good morning.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General comment on number 15.
Okay, so you have
All
1
right.
minute.
My name is your-
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Before you start her time, just to members of the public, we're at an hour and 20 minutes of public comment that we've taken. We're going to take about 20 minutes more, and then we've got to get down to business so we can take votes before we lose members.
Get down to
Thank you,
business.
and my
You get
apologies.
no
You can go
business
forward.
done. Look
So
at
my
the
name is
city.
Georgina
Look at it.
Serrano, community organizer
Show me what
with
you done,
Inquilinos
boy.
Unidos.
You ain't done nothing, Milk Dud.
As a house counselor, I please request release the March 2026 invoices reimbursement. We already done, do the work, and we need the money for continue doing the work. State House LA is providing legal services every month for more than 500 people. This is families who have a legal representation and to advices. But for legal representation, we have more than 200 families represented in court and avoid
Thank you, Texas.
evictions.
Lady boss.
So what happens if you, as a council, do not receive your salary for 2 months? Not nice? So it is our case as organizers. Families need the support, and we need the support from you. Please, we want
way,
to
Damien.
continue
They're not
provide
mentioning
the
that.
services.
So-
Thank you.
Yes.
Speaker,
Thank you,
so
John.
your time has expired. I believe you requested general public comment.
John for 9.
I
Thank
do
you.
apologize,
Thank you,
but we
Damien.
have to apply the rules equally.
Thank you
so
to Texas
if you'd like to provide, and this
Lady
goes
Boss.
for everybody, if you run out of time like we have now,
Texas,
you
'cause
can
I
provide
live
additional
here.
public comment in
This-
writing
I
at
live this.
lacouncilcomment.com, but we
This
do need to
affects
move on
me,
to the
that's
next
why.
speaker. So,
What these idiots do in this room
I'm
actually
sorry?
affects me
I request number
monetarily
You said number 50?
Yes,
and
sir.
50.
physically.
Apologies.
Like,
Go ahead. You general.
I have to
Thank you.
live with their
So
policy.
the families
So that's why.
need the
That's why I'm
60
so
days,
passionate and
not
angry.
the 30 days to don't be evicted because the recent situation and fires in this area. So we really need for everybody who we are helping, no longer delay, no holding the money. Please provide the funds we need to avoid the evictions.
the
The
bowl?
families are in risk. Today,
I'ma write it
we
down.
don't want to wait. No more time. Please do it today. We, an advance, thank for your collaboration. Thank you.
Wrote it down. Muffin the Bull. Thank you for the tip. I'll check it out. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you, Kim. Kim C.
My money don't jiggle jiggle.
Kim Covina. Let's go.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
General comment, 49 and 50.
Man, you guys are so generous.
Okay, so you have
Thank
2 minutes for the items and then 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Yeah, it affects you, right, Kim?
My name is Jessica Brown. I used currently, or however you want to look at it, reside in Council District number 10. And I would just like to talk about how flawed
Me
the
too,
entire
Shel.
system is. My landlord successfully put the address of an entire different unit into the LAHD portal and then onto court documents, put the actual address that I lived at. On this past Friday, completely unknownness to me, but they had planned this strategically for at least a week when they swiped out my entry code into my door. So I could leave, but if I left, I couldn't lock the door, which was preventing me from being able to pursue my legal abilities and to pursue work opportunities. The major flaw in this system, it doesn't end with LAHD, it also falls onto you, because I tried reaching out to you. I tried reaching out to the mayor, and when the mayor repeated back what she thought my case was about, she said it was addiction. That is incredibly hurtful. And so after here, I get to go back across the street.
Look at them picking it up.
To try to win back my life.
Before they could.
That my landlords had no right to take.
Class.
I filed
Those are classy people
the
right there.
appropriate documents with
Classy.
LAHD, inciting fraud. I do not appreciate you reaching your phone and rolling your eyes at me, sir. Hello! And you continue to do so when you recognize that you are in the wrong. All of you recognize that you are in the wrong. That's why you can't look at me. I want you to remember this. You have the opportunity to protect all of us. EDN,
General?
EDN, they are doing the better job than LAHD is. And I haven't had a chance to work with them yet. The person, my new friend, my new family, who took me in at the very last minute, Miss Lydia, her husband have taken me in. The American Legion of Hollywood.
I bet
they
they've
have
regretted
donated food to me, to which my landlord threw away. My landlord, she sent me a notice saying that my property would be properly taken care of. That is not what happened. I got a notice that she was actively trashing my things. Brand new stuff, brand new food that I had very intentions to eat. I was saving a turkey since last Thanksgiving that I got from one of your charity drives. I was holding on to that to use it in my new apartment. They did all of this so they wouldn't have to pay the relocation. So for $49, absolutely. Carry that through and carry it
Speaker,
to all
your
of the
time has
districts.
expired.
Who's thawing out a year-old turkey and fucking eating it? Who's doing that? Who's thawing out a year-old turkey and eating it still? Who's
Good
doing
morning.
that?
What would you like to speak to?
Good morning. I'm here to speak on items 50 and general comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Please begin with the
I
item.
go to
Go ahead.
Thanksgiving for your
My
house.
name is Nathan Gordon. I urge Council Member Hernandez and I urge the Council President to act now and agendize the Stay House LA motion to instruct the City Attorney to execute the 4 contracts with the Stay Housed LA program and instruct
year-old
the
turkey,
Los
Andrew.
Angeles Housing Department to release the allocation funds immediately. There is a problem here in Los Angeles. Corporate landlords are incentivized to evict tenants. Many of them are very vulnerable, elderly, and disabled. They are forced to navigate a legal system that no one has been taught how to do in high school, and most people cannot. If the city wishes to prevent gentrification and to prevent an ongoing housing crisis that's only going to increase taxpayer costs for all citizens of Los Angeles, we urge the council to please execute the 4 contracts such that Los Angeles, LOFLA, the Legal Aid Council of Los Angeles, can receive their funding.
General?
Thank you.
So if you haven't figured it out really quickly, this is what it is. These are NGOs who go down to Skid Row, pick out these homeless people who are quite crazy, like the last few that we just heard. Give them a t-shirt, give them a few bucks, and bring them over here, which is just 10 blocks or so away, to speak on their behalf. Give them the little script. Okay, probably give them a little bit of food when they're done. And then that way the NGO gets to steal the money that these communist bastards give to them. So they're
Okay,
useful
next
little
speaker.
pawns. They're just useful little pawns. And as you can see, most of them are not
Good
there.
morning. What would you like to speak to?
They're not there.
Good morning. I'd like to speak to
Nobody's
item 17.
eating year-old
Okay,
turkeys.
so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Tiana, and I am the Environmental Justice Director with Black Women for Wellness, and we're part of the Stand LA Coalition. For far too many decades, Black and brown communities have been breathing contaminated air. Children have been playing in parks and going to school mere feet from highly toxic oil operations. And as a result, families have been forced to endure avoidable health harms, ranging from reproductive issues to respiratory impacts. I am calling on my city representatives to remedy this environmental racism and adopt the oil well phase-out ordinance. I also urge this council to go further to protect Angelenos most in harm's way by revoking the permits for the Murphy Drill site in South LA and the Warren site in Wilmington, and by plugging hazardous idle wells. While this ordinance stands as a testament to the strength of people power over big oil's interests, and I am so grateful for its hopeful passage today, it is also imperative for the city to use its breadth of existing powers to keep oil operators in check and advance environmental justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Yes,
Good
environmental
morning.
racism.
What would you like to speak to?
Good morning. I would like to speak
Perpetual
to items
victimhood.
50 and general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Please begin with the item. Go ahead.
Thank you so much this morning.
Look at Spindler
My name
flicking
is
him off
Dwayne,
back to
D-U-A-N-E, middle initial R, last name Folk, F-O-L-K-E. Bob Blumenfeld I've known since the day he started in politics. He came to my house in Sherman Oaks that I had that was now foreclosed upon. As a result, I ended up in an apartment in Van Nuys, where I am now facing an eviction. I also had gotten help from Councilman Rahman over the years and have been a big supporter of hers. I'm desperate, ladies and gentlemen. I need your help. I am the poster child of an individual who has done everything to try to do the right thing. Councilman Price may even recognize me because I've been a lawyer in the community for years, but I'm now facing homelessness because my son, who had a mental health issue, was not granted a reasonable accommodation. Without the Eviction Defense Network and Bet Dezet, the other organization, and other organizations, without the funding that they need.
General public comment?
So he goes to a Jewish foundation to get money.
People like myself, I am the face of who they are helping. We can't get their help without your help. Please have the city attorney sign the documents that need to get done. Please, we need the help. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
So he's already on the dole. He's been on the dole. No wonder you like these people, because they give you crumbs. See how it is? Give them little crumbs, they like you.
And public.
And they give you the vote.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each.
They stay
Go
in
ahead.
power.
All right. I'm here today to speak on the
Circle's
importance.
completed.
Oh, my name is Carolina Castillo. I'm here to speak on the importance of the Stay House LA program through my own experience. When the primary leaseholder of our household, my mother, passed away in 2020, it left my family shattered. As if fighting for her well-being wasn't difficult enough, the battle to keep our home was only just beginning. After my mother's passing, our landlord decided that we didn't deserve to keep any of her things, and she began to harass us to get rid of the items because they were excessive. We started getting harassed with multiple inspections over and over again that had no clear instructions. During one of the 3-day notice periods, my sister was sent to give birth, and when I reached out to my landlord's attorney to hold off as a reasonable accommodation, do you think they even bothered to answer? No. We endured 2 rounds of meritless evictions that were draining of your energy and demoralizing. You feel helpless and hopeless. In my search for help, I found Stay House LA, and I cannot tell you how lucky and grateful I felt to learn that our great city had such a wonderful program to offer.
General?
Thanks to this program, I was able to receive direct representation from Neighborhood Legal Services and Betsedic Legal Services, and I learned what my rights were as a tenant from the Tenant Empowerment Program offered by the Eviction Defense Network. If these wonderful organizations hadn't been made available to us, my family would have been kicked out to the streets. And if you think the homeless epidemic is bad, imagine how it's going to be as people are losing their homes as we speak because tenants are not getting rental assistance or representation from these wonderful programs whose organizations are now facing layoffs because a contract that should have been signed 15 months ago is still pending. Please urge the city attorney to sign the contract. Please agendize and make it a priority to release emergency funds to help the tenants now.
So there you go. So
Fund us now.
see, they're all getting help from a place called Betsedic, which is a Jewish organization to help, Jewish folks. That's what it was
Good morning.
intended
What would you
for.
like to speak to?
To help the ones that
Hello,
aren't
I'm right here for number
really
50.
wealthy, because they're not all
Okay, so you
wealthy.
have 1 minute for the item. Go ahead.
And
I am here today
they
once
all
again
get
to
help.
bring attention to all of you people that is sitting up
You
there,
see?
sitting there, supposed to be helping
Money,
Los
money.
Angeles here and to provide. We, the people of Los Angeles, asked to stay the House LA contract April no later than July 1st is what I'm here to ask of the City Council. Councilman Rahman, why did you pull your supports? I believe us of the Los Angeles people would like to hear an answer from you in regards of your last decision to support your people. And Council President Harris Dawson, I understand now it's on your help of responsibility to make this decision, knowing that us people of Los Angeles are now going to know that it's you that's going to be at fault for all the families and the peoples that is going to be increasing of the homeless out there, is what I brought up from last week. I don't know what you expect us to be of the people here in the city of Los Angeles for you to help us. Here in the city of Los Angeles has only been receiving hurt and damage, and hasn't been anything that's been ever been supported or anything of use that has been increasing. And of communities, all communities has been divided. Well, I don't know why we are divided when we
Thank
should
you.
be united people.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
That concludes public comment for this morning's
they cut it
meeting
all off.
at over an hour. Thank you to everybody
Dang.
who
Didn't even get in.
came
Whole
out
Didn't even
and
get in.
made their petitions clear. Really
that him
appreciate everybody who's doing that. We got someone disrupting the meeting in a blue shirt,
that's
Mr. City
Andrew
Attorney.
Graebner.
Mr. Graebner, this is your
I
first
knew
and
it.
only formal warning.
I knew it.
Please do not disrupt
I'm
this
as
meeting.
pissed.
I understand there are still people here, but we have taken public comment for over an hour and a half. Again, you're here most days. There are some days when we can't get to everybody.
You talked so
All right,
much,
Madam
you
Clerk,
wasted
what's
3
before us?
talkers. 3 people could have spoke.
And
With all the
Mr.
time
President,
you
I
wasted,
apologize.
Pumpkinhead.
Mr. Graebner, it has been warned. He is still disrupting this meeting and is eligible for
Tell
removal
him,
from the
Andrew Graebner.
Councilmember Price.
Mr.
I'm gonna do it
President,
for you,
out
Graebner.
of abundance of caution, I'm recusing myself from item 49.
Oh, of course he's
as its
recusing
contents have
himself.
been amended. And I am
Get it, Grady. Get
All
out
right,
of
so
here,
now you're
Grady.
49 and 50.
Get out of here, Grady.
Recused. All right, Madam Clerk, what's before us?
Thank you. The council may now
You
vote
big
on items
dummy.
1 through 2, 6 through 7, 18 through 33,
Say,
35,
get loud. That's right, go.
37 through
Tell 'em.
48,
Tell 'em,
51 through 52.
All right, let's open the rolls on those items. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Of course there's 14 ayes. All
All right,
the
what's
commies
next?
vote the same way.
Next is item 13, called special by Councilmember McCosker
Communist,
for comments.
anti-American
Councilmember McCosker.
pigs. You're a pig.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. I'll be very brief on this.
On to the next
I just want to
pig.
take the opportunity to pull this item off to reflect where we have been and where we are today on the layoff process. It was
Hopefully you're
2
laid
budgets
off.
ago that we
You
had
can't
the
be.
prospect of
You're
laying
an
off
elected official,
1,600 employees to meet the challenges of lower income, obviously, and other urgent budget needs. And we as a council were able to reduce that number down to about 600. But then over the course of a fiscal year, with excellent work by the CAO and personnel office, personnel department, and CLA, and the committees that address this issue, we were able to come up with a process where through movements inside departments and then a transfer portal that we affectionately called it throughout the city, we were able to get that number down today to zero. To zero. And with the new budget,
what do you want,
we
some
were able to
applause?
make sure that all civilians
Want some fucking applause?
within the police department were able to stay on, and then no one had a layoff. And it is often that we give ourselves ammunition to talk about things that go poorly, things that we haven't done well. I just want to highlight the fact that working with the mayor, working with the CLA, working with the CAO,
Better lick
and
that
our
twat.
excellent general manager of the personnel department, and constant meetings in various committees, we were able to accomplish this. So it's just a moment to say that when we work hard and have a singular purpose, working with our labor partners, we can do things like this. So I just wanted to commend everyone and thank everyone for their efforts to make sure that we were able to hang on to our most valuable asset, which are human beings and their careers, and put each folks in positions with their consent, to transfer into positions that were funded and met the values of our budgets. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker, and thank you for being the leadership on this council, along with our budget chair, to make sure we saw it all the way through to the end and to where we are at this point. So thank you for that. All right, let's open the roll on this item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
14 ayes. How
Next
many
is
noes?
item 14,
None.
called special for an amending motion, Soto Martinez Jurado.
All right, that motion is before us as amended. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Next is item 15, called special for a separate vote.
All right. Let's open the roll on this item called special by Council Districts 14 and 7 for a separate vote. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
11 ayes, 3 noes.
All right. We're requested this council.
Can you record me as a no on this item?
All right, we can record Councilmember McCosker as a no. It doesn't change the outcome.
Thank you, that is correct. And there is also a request to send this item forthwith.
Without objection, that'll be the order. What's next?
Thank you. Next is item number 17, called special by Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, I'm proud to support this item today, which hopefully, if we adopt it, will re-adopt the city's oil ordinance. Getting to this point took years of work. In 2022, the City Council voted to adopt an ordinance putting LA on the path to phase out oil drilling. And I want to recognize and thank our colleagues who were on the council then and voted for it. Some of you or many of you are still here. But as the fossil fuel industry loves to do, Big Oil sued and challenged our authority, arguing that state law preempted us from engaging in this really important work. And they did it with other jurisdictions across the state as well. And that's why we worked with Assemblymember Don Addis to make clear that local governments have the authority to protect their communities from oil and gas drilling.
Yeah,
thanks
crazy,
to her bill,
right?
AB 3233,
Remember when everybody told me I was crazy because they're illegal and they can't vote?
That cities have the authority to regulate,
remember that?
limit,
Were you here when
oil and
everybody
gas
told me I was
operations
crazy,
within our
OCB?
jurisdictions. The findings in AB 3233
Now they'll
state,
be able to.
protecting public health, safety, and the environment.
You think you'll
is
ever
the utmost
change the
importance to all
vote then?
Californians.
When you're
In order
giving
to
everybody
protect public health
crumbs?
and safety, cities and counties must have the authority to regulate oil and gas operations
get it.
within their jurisdictions, including operations that may otherwise be approved by the state oil and gas supervisor. They continue empowering cities
Communism.
and counties to
That's how it
regulate,
works.
limit, or prohibit oil and gas operations in their jurisdictions will therefore enable communities to make decisions that align with their needs. It's pretty clear we have this authority. Colleagues, today Los Angeles is making a decision that aligns with our need to turn the page on urban oil drilling. The absence of an enforceable oil ordinance has had real consequences for our communities. In my district, community members had to fight for basic precautionary measures in response to oil well maintenance work. Working together, we secured a zoning administrator interpretation on that specific issue, which has helped hold the line while the city moved forward with re-adopting this ordinance today. We know the industry will continue to fight us at every turn. We all got that letter from Manat, but we've done the work. I want to thank our Plum Chair, Councilmember Blumenfield, and our Energy Environment Chair, Councilmember Nazarian, for shepherding this ordinance. I also want to thank Council President and your team for support on this critical environmental justice issue, as well as the Mayor's Office and her environmental team for their persistence. I'm very grateful to the staff at the Department of City Planning and the City Attorney's Office who have supported this ordinance with care and rigor. Their work is reflected in the ordinance, the findings, and the environmental documents before us today. Most importantly, I want to thank the community
Thank you for the
members who kept
39
the
months.
dangers of oil extraction in urban
Let's go,
neighborhoods
Hank
at the
Harmon.
forefront.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to so many of you for being here today. In my district, we have hundreds of active wells, and our neighbors are ready to move into the next chapter. Across the city, residents, especially the members of the Stand LA Coalition, have centered frontline communities and pushed Los Angeles to meet this moment. The work, of course, does not end here. This is one chapter. There are other tools available to help reach our shared goal of eliminating urban oil drilling from our communities, and I'm committed to using them. So, colleagues,
This is going to be
your
probably
vote.
in
Thank
5
you.
years, as you're saying?
Thank you so much, Councilmember
Don't tell
Yaroslavsky. And
you.
special shout out to the Stand LA Coalition who's in the back. Yes, give yourselves a big round of applause for
Look at
sticking
Spindler.
with this
Look at 'em
issue
both. Look at 'em flicking 'em
for
off.
in excess of 10 years. I remember
Herman and Spindler
actually
just flicking 'em off.
Joanne Kim, who works as the chief of staff in my office, lives in West Adams.
They had to change the
I
camera.
remember when it was just neighborhood meetings in living rooms and in backyards and in churches and church halls. And it grew into a movement that now has impacted the entire state of California. And it shows the power of everyday Angelinos from Wilmington to the West Side to the West Adams to South LA. What
Notice
we
how
can
they
do
cut
together
Herman and Spindler out
to
of this
provide
shot, right?
relief for so many people that aren't necessarily involved in the work. And so
Hysterical.
Scope, Jefferson Beautiful, CBE, Physicians for Social Responsibility, and all the organizations. We want to make sure we lift you up this morning and celebrate what you've accomplished. Councilmember Nazarian.
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to echo the sentiments of everything that's been said. Thank you to my colleague, Katie Yaroslavsky, and
Yeah,
thank
they're
you
all
to Bob
communists.
Blumenfield
Every one of these
also
people.
for
He's a
doing their
communist.
part
They're all
and their work.
communists.
I can only imagine
They're not
if it's as
American?
gratifying it is for me, how gratifying
I'm
it
surprised
is
he's
for
got an
both of
American
you
flag
and
right there.
everybody else who's had a hand
It's like
in
kryptonite to
this. So I
them.
just wanted to just give a special thank you. I know you started the work, Ms. Yaroslavsky. I'm glad that I was able to help finish it now with this one step. I know Councilmember McCosker has also been extremely helpful on fighting this fight along the way. Colleagues, I have to tell you, one of the reasons why this is also so gratifying and so important, 12 years ago, I introduced anti-fracking bills in the legislature. And at that time, we were at a place where these bills would die a miserable death of getting only one vote in policy committee hearings.
He's patting his own back right now.
And to be able to actually take this step and be able to bring it to completion, and it's just one step of many more steps to come in our efforts of curbing such practices, reckless practices from the past. I very much appreciate everyone's work on it, and I gotta give a special shout out to Planning Department and to all the stakeholders that are here today and have continued their work over the decades. As
Where's
well as
Spindler
the
and
city
Herman?
staff and some of the
I know they're
consultants
there.
that I had the pleasure of working with and meeting with to understand the work that they had done.
There
So
they go.
thank you all
I see 'em over
for your
there.
hand in this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
that Rob
Nazarian.
Kwan?
Seeing no other speakers, let's open the roll on this item. Close the roll.
Everybody,
Tabulate the
time
vote.
for
Round 4.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Next is item 34, as amended by motion 34A.
All right. This item, as amended, is before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Next is
Adam?
item 36 with amending motion, or motion 36C.
Shout out to Adam and,
also call special
everybody
for
raiding
comments
with
by
him.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Sorry, Adam. Didn't see. I had to
Thank you,
refresh
Council
the
President.
chat.
No part of LA is
Why are we
immune
still
from the
burning?
growing threat of fire,
I
whether
don't
it's the
know.
devastating fires that hit Altadena
'Cause
and the
all her
Palisades
food's
last
going
year,
up.
or the Boyle Heights warehouse fire currently affecting air quality and public health across the whole city. Every one of our districts is feeling the impacts. When these emergencies happen, our constituents expect us to be prepared. They expect firefighters to have the staffing, equipment, and resources they need to respond quickly and to keep people safe. As climate change and corporate negligence continue to make these emergencies more
Her
frequent
head's
and more
getting
severe,
bigger.
we have a responsibility to be honest about the conversation that it will take to protect our communities.
And that's an
This
above
measure
shot,
gives the
which
voters
makes you
a
look
chance to
thinner.
weigh in on that question directly. I support putting this measure before the people and trusting Angelinos to decide. Thank you.
All right, seeing no other speakers on the queue on this item, let's open the roll, close the roll,
Yeah,
tabulate
an
the vote.
entire leopard had to die for that.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Next is item number 49, as amended by motion
Jabba the Hutt.
49A.
All right, this item, as amended, is before us.
Oh, excuse me, one moment. There has been a
We're
request
up
for
to
a
Mr.
recusal.
Price is recusing on item number 49
She's been eating the whole night, the whole
and
day.
50.
Crazy. I seen her.
All right,
She was
Mr. Price is recused.
opening the
Let's
bag
open
and
the roll on
dumping
this
it on the
item as
thing. She
amended.
was sneaking it in.
Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right,
You're
what's
paying
next?
her to eat. We're paying
Next
her
is
to
item
eat.
50, as amended by amending motion 50A.
Damien, thank you for another one.
All right, this
That's it.
item, as amended, is before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
5 leopards. Sorry,
13
Lord.
ayes.
All right.
5 leopards. The whole family had to
We'll ask
die.
Mr. Price to come back. What's next?
Would the council like to go into closed session for items 53 and 54?
Closed session. We going into.
Yes.
They're gonna clean the room. Gonna clear it up. Oh, look at them. Look at them.
Closed session means 2 people per council office, someone from the mayor, controller, and city attorney staff, and any appropriate staff from departments. We'll ask everybody else to depart the chamber
And get up out of here.
at this time. Mr. Soto Martinez.
All right, that's it. We're going into closed session, so yeah, they're gonna go talk about stuff and hold each other's dicks, and lick each other's clits, lick the mayor's clit. Beautiful day at the beach, though. You know what I mean? It couldn't get much more nice. I mean, it's still a little hazy, a little You know, but they'll burn off in an hour or so. You know, it's barely noon, just past noon here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's a bit much. What's up, Status? What sucks is you're paying her more than $200,000 a year to sit up there and just eat. Gas prices are going down a little. Look at that. The 7-Eleven here, was it $5.34 a gallon for your 87? $5.89, I guess. Yeah, $5.89 for the super. This dude's about to get disappointed. He's like, "Fuck, I need gas." God damn it. Shit. Let's see if he goes right back out. He may go in and get something. Yeah, maybe he's going to get something. Why is no one at the beach? Well, this is a section of like Malibu where it starts to become more private-y. You know, this is a section where people are normally on. Now, one, you can see how light the waves are, so you're not going to have any surfers or body surfers or anything like that out there. You know what I mean? They're going to go further north where the pier is. There's a pier, a Malibu pier, about, I don't know, 5 more minutes up the street. And they're going to go just north of the pier. That's where that action's happening, and a lot of people will be there too. And then just north of the pier, there's an actual chain link fence that runs from the fucking sand into the water about, I don't know, 500, 600 feet into the water. So either you climb that motherfucker or you go out and swim all the way back around it and come back in. And that's like the private part of Malibu. And if you do that, I'm sure someone will see you if they don't already have cameras set up, which I'm sure they do. And the sheriff department's right there. Like, they're literally right there. So, yeah. You'll have the Lost Hills Sheriff Department coming and talking to you. Wondering why you on the private part of the beach. Now, if you go further south, there's also another pier, which is Santa Monica Pier, which is just I don't know, 10 more minutes that way. And that's where a lot of people will be. Nobody's surfing really, but you know, people enjoying the water or going on the pier. Carnival rides, all that good shit. Well, I mean, if it's 318 there, right, Bennett? I'm sure it was probably like 380, right? I'm sure it was a little higher. So I'm sure it went down a little bit, right? Yes, the Malibu colony's there too. Yep. You know. Yeah, the Malibu colony knows for the rich folk. They don't want none of the poors. None of the poors up there. Then right up the hill, 1 block away, you got Pepperdine, man. It's a pretty prestigious university. So, yeah. Beautiful place. You maxed at 349. Yeah, we're still high, but I mean, again, it's because of how much they charge us per gallon. It's like $1.10 a gallon in just tax. Which is just, again, and if they cared about the people, right, they know everybody's struggling. The people that voted for them that keep coming in here and crying, right, over here, they're crying. They need help. So what do you think? They don't need cheaper gas too? Of course they do, right? They need to get to work, right? Just like all of us, just like I do, right? You'd think that they would suspend the gas tax. Say, hey, for 2 months we're just going to suspend the tax. We're not going to collect, and that'll lower it $1 or $1.10 per gallon right now to help out at the pump. The state could have done that. They didn't do it. How come? How come? Because they're not about help. They're about telling you they're going to give you help, but not actually giving you the help. And any help that you actually may ever see after crying and complaining is just nothing but crumbs. That's it, just crumbs. Sad deal, but just crumbs. Where did Charlie and his brother live in Malibu? Who's Charlie and his brother? I don't know who you're talking about. Charlie Sheen? That's who you're talking about. I have no clue. I mean, like every other house in Malibu is somebody fucking famous. And if they're not famous, they're ultra wealthy. Why? Because they're like the CEO of fucking John Deere. Or the CEO of Caterpillar. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. Companies that are making billions a year. They're living on a beautiful fucking house. It's, you know, $30 million home sitting on the beach. I mean, just the sand, right? Just the sand lot right there, empty, for you to get in Malibu where the private part is. I bet you it's $20 million just for the sand. No house, no nothing. Now again, there's houses there, and everybody that buys there is obviously so wealthy they're gonna redo anything that you've done. I don't care if you did it 3 years ago. They're gonna want it their way, not your way. Their vision, not yours. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can easily, and again, so you get a $20 million plot. What's it costing you to actually put up the structure that you're gonna live in? I mean, come on, bro. It's gotta be $7 million at least. And I'm being $7 million easy to $10 million just for the home, just for the structure and all that. That's not including you putting all the furniture in, which I'm sure you have like a $2 million coffee table from the Shah of Iran. You have a front door that's fucking 8 feet tall. That's $100,000 hand carved fucking door. That's the kind of shit you have right here. Like just wild wealth kind of shit. And again, these properties don't come up much. So when they do, they get snapped up fast. And especially if one person is living in one, right? Let's just say you have your house here and the house next to you comes up for sale. The one that lives next to it are going to bid even more. Why? Because then they'll try to make two into one and make it like a mega property. You know what I mean? One giant house. Because again, the lots, I don't know if you've seen, the lots are kind of narrow. They're not really sizey. You don't get a whole lot of room. But you get that's your front door. Literal sand is your front door. So, yeah. Palisades still rebuilding. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of structures that have gone up. It's just up the hill here. They're doing their best as fast as they can. But I'll tell you what, if you go and look, the houses on PCH, not one has been rebuilt. Over a year now. Not one. Because they have to deal with the Coastal Commission. And the Coastal Commission doesn't want to allow them to rebuild anymore. They don't want them there anymore. They want no homes there. Even though they've owned that property, it's theirs free and clear. Then they're asking for literally $7 million in just pillars. $7 million. Like $1 million a pillar. To have your drill dug down into the sand and new cement pillars put up for the foundation of the house. Just wild shit. So that's the problem. They just don't. It's not like, oh, okay, well, your house burned. Okay, I have the money to rebuild. Okay, yeah, well, just build. What are you waiting for? Yeah, right. That's the way it should be. Especially if you own your fucking property. Especially if you own your fucking property. That's my property. So, yeah. It's fucking disgusting that they hold them back. And they still are. Even the people in the Palisades that are not on the beach. It's really sad. Really the fuck is, dude. I mean, just to have to go through that, to lose everything in such a violent fashion and have nowhere to go. It's not like you come home and you got robbed and everything's gone and you feel unsafe, but you still have your home, right? You can buy new shit. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, I lived it through my friend, dude, and going up there changed my whole look on it. You know, you see it on the news, you see the fire drops and the flames and shit, but when you go up there and you just see it and smell it and see not anything alive, you don't even see like bees up there. Like there's nothing. Nothing wants to be up there. There's no deer, no ground squirrels, no rabbits. All of it's gone. Everything, every bush is gone. Everything. And it looks like what I would think Mars would look like. Or what it looks like after a legit fucking nuclear bomb. You know, and everything just got cleared out. There's nothing left but fucking chimneys. That's it. Or anything that's brick. You had a brick fence in front of your house. That stayed. That's it. Brick was the only thing that lasted. So, yeah, man, it's fucked up, dude. Fucks the environment. I mean, how bad is that for the soil? I mean, I don't know. I think I did hear something about where there's people lighting their fields on fire to actually, or no, that's what it was. I think it was the lava that came down from volcanoes that was so hot that it actually, after it dissipated, the soil became super fertile. I think it was something like that. Can't quite remember. I'm trying to remember, but maybe it's an adverse effect. I don't know, but I doubt it. To me, it just doesn't seem good for the environment. And thankfully, they're so close to the ocean here. You're getting constant ocean breeze. Like most of these houses don't even have AC. There's no need. Doesn't get hot enough. Even on that day where it's 95, you still have that ocean air blowing through your house. You know? There's really no need. You're not going to use it. So that's why really everybody just got the chimney. Keep your ass warm for those few months. Yeah, that's what I figured, Lori. I mean, you know. It lasted after the yeah, bro. Yeah, man, it was just sad. And it's wild to see the destruction of fire untamed, you know, because again, it's so hot and it's roaring through. It's a storm. No water's getting put on anything. It just burns. Everything melts and burns. And that's what I was thinking today too. Like, I can't remember in all the decades of being here warehouse fires that went on for days. I mean, maybe it just wasn't on the news. I don't know. But I can't remember off the top of warehouse fires, like a giant fire contained within a structure that went on for days. And it's wild, like every day we seem to have them. I mean, even yesterday there was one in Texas at a recycling plant. Boy, that thing was going up like an inferno. GMO food. Well, I mean, dude, that one company, Cisco's, bought up the second biggest company. So at some point, what are they doing? Are they just going to control the whole food supply, even the shitty food, and then cut it all off? And then only people who have food is the preppers, and even them, they'll be the first targets because the horde will come after them since there's no food anywhere else. Oh, I know he got food in there. He was telling me forever. You know what I mean? Hungry motherfucker will do some crazy things. Just saying. So it's just weird to me that all of a sudden we just have so many of these fires, especially within warehouses that are so giant and taking days to put out, which I don't really remember ever being. It's weird. I don't know. Think they're being set on purpose? I mean, I don't know. They'd never tell you if it was, right? They'd never let you know. They're going to give you their narrative of the story, and that'll be that. Some little kind little way that it happened, and that was that. Yes, it was a little squirrel chewed through a little cable on the roof, and that's how it started. But here's poor little squirrel. You know? Now they're saying there was a solar panel company that was working on solar panels, and that's how the fire started. It's just wild to me that it was so hot still in there, and just nothing getting, I mean, dude, you were almost getting no, like, constant water did nothing almost. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I mean, you're doing fire drop. I don't remember ever watching a helicopter drop fucking water on a fucking warehouse fire. Ever. I mean, maybe next to a fucking brush fire that's next to a warehouse, maybe that. But never because the warehouse was on fire. Like, that's so rare. It's just so odd to me that you're doing all that and it's still just burning. And then you're telling me it's just food. Well, what are you putting in the food that is that flammable? I mean, am I crazy to even ask these things? Oh, I get it. There was so many solar panels on there. It was crazy. And now you got to see, well, okay, there's obviously a risk to it. You know, and I get it. These companies are so big, they're automated, there's so much electrical, the bill's through the roof. The electricity bill would be through the roof. So to cut down on that, we do the solar paneling. And because that, we'll get a rebate because we're being, environmentally friendly. So there's upside to it. So everybody gets a kickback. The solar company gets the kickback. Everybody gets the kickback. Right? I get it. I understand. But god dang, man. Crazy, dude. I just don't remember there being fires like this. I just don't. That went on this long. Yeah, we're eating flammable food. That's all I can think of. Ammonia and foam, like napalm. Why so much ammonia? Why do we need so much ammonia near food? I mean, just to store it? Why do we, I guess in the refrigeration portion of it? I mean, I don't know. I'm no fucking HVAC tech. Styrofoam is extremely flammable. Oh, so you're saying like styrofoam to pack the food. Yeah. So packing supplies is what you're saying. Frozen dough. Pizza Hut is fake food now. That's funny. I mean, I'm telling you, anywhere you go most of the time, unless it's a really, really nice restaurant, it's almost always Cisco food. It really is. It's just that company delivering bulk food to these places, and they're taking your steak out of a bag and fucking heating it up in a fucking microwave or on a quick pan. That's it. No show, Mike. We're not doing Tuesdays anymore. Unless there's a chase. So they have thick styrofoam walls for giant freeze rooms. Ah, thank you, Stu. Makes sense. 2002 Pizza Hut hit different. Yeah. The missing ballots are in the freezer. The extra ones they didn't need, Bernard. Bro, such a sham, bro. I hope they all go down. I really do. It'll make me so happy. It really will. It'll make me so fucking happy. We're going to celebrate it on the show. I'm going to drink. I'm telling you, I'm going to drink. We're going to fucking drink together. I'm going to do it. I'll do something I ain't never done in 8 motherfucking years. So, that's two things now you better pray for. One, I told you. Mexico to win the World Cup. When does Mexico play again? Does anybody know? They play today. Hopefully they do. And hopefully they fucking win. Because we already got people acting a fool, and they won what? One time? They get 1 win or 2 wins? I think they got 2 wins. So, people are already acting crazy just off that. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We don't watch at the beach, Quantum. Well, we just finished watching the what do you call it? The city council. Just finishing this poll. We're talking a little. Now I'm watching the dude with the fucking mullet cross the road. See, there's some people down there on the beach. I see a little kid down there. He's going down there. He went across the street to 7-Eleven, get him some drinks. So, there's a few people. Got the homeless guy in the RV over there, and the school bus guy. Gots damn. Don't trip. Mexico moving out of group play. What does that mean? I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about soccer. The fuck does that mean? Mexico already won their group. They're in a round of 32 regardless of this upcoming game. Okay, so even if they lose, Mexico's playing tomorrow, and even if they lose tomorrow, they still continue. Is this what you're telling me? Because again, I don't know anything about soccer. So if they lose tomorrow, they're still good to go. Just asking. Hopefully. We need to see more of the madness. It's going to happen, I'm telling you. The pumps are closed. I know you can't see it, but there's caution tape. There's a dude working on the pumps. He might even be from Weights and Measures. They come around and check these gas stations to make sure they're not cheating motherfuckers. Or to make sure the pumps are running properly. You know what I mean? Sometimes they need to send out pump checks. Have it like recalibrated and all that shit. Make sure that the pump's not cheating. The peeps. So the Weights and Measures, they come out. So it might be that, because he's got a high-vis vest and shit on. And he's got a hard hat, so that's not normally a guy that works at fucking, 7-Eleven. They're not wearing vis vests and hard hats. Correct. Okay, thank you, Dom. They're good to go. Appreciate it. Oh, and this one says Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo makes history with his first goal. Come on. With his first goal of the tournament. 41-year-old Ronaldo. Still doing it, dog. Gavin's Goons, yeah. It's getting down there, Quantum. Or Jim. Yeah, it's definitely lowered since the last week or so, since the whole thing going on in Iran's kind of eased off for a moment. It definitely, you can see the stock prices, oil went, fell fucking pretty hard, so that'll translate to the pump, whether they like it or not. And they don't care, because they get over like fat rats, you know what I mean? They buy it at a certain percentage, then it flies up, and now they're making even more money than they normally do. And they're doing that a lot longer than they are lowering it. And then when they lower it, of course, it doesn't drop dramatically. It eases its way down. It's not like it boop, overnight it goes down $2 at the pump. As it should, though, and it doesn't. What's up, Mike? So, yeah. Yeah, apparently, though, it's not the food, Danny. They're saying the styrofoam packing around the walls that insulates all this food is the problem. It caught fire, and it apparently doesn't go out. Our water doesn't do much to it. Water's really just keeping the particulate a little lower, so all that shit doesn't go into the air, or most of it. But you can see there's plenty of it. Nastiness. I'm glad I don't live down there right now. Fucking pretty. What's crazy is they showed a map yesterday, and they were talking about the affected area. And the affected area goes from East LA all the way to Ontario. Almost. Like the border of Ontario. Which, I don't know if you know, but in your car with no traffic, that's about an hour and 10-minute drive with no traffic. You just doing the speed limit. Traffic, hour 20, hour 25-minute drive. That's how far this plume of nastiness is going east. And again, that's in like the city bowl, you know, the city bowl over there. But again, I'm in the other bowl. I'm in the valley, so I don't have to deal with that crap. So, yeah, look at all the trucks and all the shit in them. See, they're going up, they're doing Palisades work, hauling all that garbage. There's another one bringing a little backhoe or something, not a little tractor, a little something. Shit, yeah, man, they all works. And water truck, keep the dust down. Yeah. It's all over San Gabriel. Shit sucks. You could smell it, I bet, too, RF. If you could see it, you could smell it. What's up, MJ? That's crazy, bro. Are they Oscar? I bet. Yeah, that shit can't be good. Job for 9. Thank you so much for another one.
Impressive.
Sheesh. Let's go. Please check out the movie Citizen Vigilante. Oh, I gotta write that one down along with Muffin. Muffin the Bull and Citizen. What is it? Citizen Vigilante. Got it. Thank you. Appreciate you for the tip and the donos. Which beach is it? It has the homeless camping. Well, mostly it was like Venice Beach. Venice Beach was the worst. I didn't care too much down there, and that's where I saw the bum fights and all those encampments before they cleaned it out. It's streaming on Amazon. Okay, I got that. Thank you, Job. Thank you for another. Sheesh. Let's go. Styrofoam burns black as a coal. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I mean, these places really shouldn't be within city limits. I agree with that, but, you know, what are you going to do? These people are the ones that probably kick back all kinds of cash to you, so you're not... I'm sure you're going to not go after them. That seems to be the fucking par for the course. They do wrong, nobody goes to jail. But we do anything, we go to jail. We get 9 years for jaywalking. Fuck out of here, dude. Trailer on YouTube. German Invest. Yeah, I haven't seen that dude too much. Well, you know, YouTube is weird, dude. No matter what you fucking seem to follow, they don't put a lot of that. They put a lot of things they think you want to watch, and usually isn't that for me. I don't want to watch that shit. It was banned in Germany, yeah. Well, look how many people are getting arrested just for posts in England. It's crazy. Now they were arresting people for reposting. If you liked or reposted a tweet that they deemed, you know, racist or whatever they deemed, yeah, they were arresting you for that in England now, just for the retweet or the like. Think about that. You didn't even write the post. You just agreed with the post. It's beautiful. Good looking Beamer. Little M3. She's pretty. It's a crazy green color. I like the Bronco too. It's like Terry's. She got a Bronco. That is a nice color too, that Bronco. I like that gray. It's like a shark, kind of silvery gray. I likes it. Yeah, it's just crazy, Jim. That's just wild. Like Pete'll tell you. Good old Pete. It's wild work out there, bro. Now they want to ban VPNs. They want to ban VPNs in England. You can't use them. Holy smokes! I mean, bro, they're becoming China so quick. If you're English and you break the law, oh boy, you're in trouble. But if you're not English and you're living in England and you break the law, you're good to go. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the cops are scared to arrest them. They're frightened to arrest anybody who's not English. So they just go after the actual English folks. Because I have a feeling that their masters told them that's what they need to do. Hold them down. Take over the land. Yeah. The queen means nothing anymore. No. The queen, the king, the prince, princess. None of that. None of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Diane, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I was talking with Stefan. I was like, man, we were at dinner. I was like, if you really think about it, the year that we were in Europe was like the last good year. Like, that was it. Like, just thereabouts. I mean, we were in Europe in 2017. All right? We were there for 46 days. And that was it. Then 2018 came, and then you all know what happened in 2019. So your lives, all our lives, have not been the same since 2019. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. You know it, I know it. You'd be a liar to say anything else. That your life has not changed dramatically since 2019. So 2018 was the actual last full year where it was no bologna and cheese and you were kind of mentally kind of free. So you've been fighting it since 2019 to 2026. Now, here we are. Yeah, absolutely what you guys are saying. Yes. So you understand. And what's crazy is again, we came home from Europe and right away we went right back out in 2018 in the US. Right? So we're gone for another 45 or something 50 days in the US, came back. And then again, what happened 2019? We know. We just said it. So it was crazy how we did all those 2 runs and then all of a sudden it all just fell apart. And that's what I was telling him at dinner. I was like, bro, we literally experienced the last bit. You know what I mean? And I understand that a lot has changed now because where you guys are from, you guys went back quick to a lot of normalcy. You know what I mean? Your businesses open, schools open, you weren't wearing masks, you weren't doing any of that. Here, it wasn't that way. They held us way back, way long, and that's honest truth. We got the worst of the worst. We were locked down for much, much longer. 69, thank you so much on Twitch Prime for 39 months. 32.
Impressive.
Thank you, 69, then 420. Appreciate you. So I'm glad that, I experienced that with him and we had fun like we normally do. And we had a ball. But we could do that here again, but not there. We couldn't, yeah. We couldn't. Just crazy, bro. That's why I feel bad for the folks in England and other places too, Ireland. A lot of countries in Europe, man, in the UK. In fact, nobody's really talking about it, but I think the first full country to be overtaken will be Spain. Spain will be the first, I think. And how long more do you think the California becomes a red state? Oh, Alex, that won't happen, really, buddy. It just won't. It's 39 million people here. A lot of them are the people you just saw at LA City Council asking for money. A high majority are them. And that's how these people stay in power. They appeal to them by giving them crumbs. They give them the votes. They stay in power. And then they do what they want. Not to mention, you see how the elections work, so you can't even vote them out even if you wanted to. You could replace a candidate with another one, but it's like what's happening in Europe. In England. You just got rid of, Keir Starmer, or whatever his fucking name is, and now his replacement's just as bad. It's no different. No different. You've just handed it over to the next piece of shit, and that piece of shit, Starmer, will get a really nice benefit package, I bet. Private security, I bet, for the rest of his life. All that on the taxpayer dime. While he did everything he could to take down every English man and woman living over there. He's anti-British, as far as I'm concerned. He is anti-British. Spain's are fascist now. That's what I'm saying, bruh. That's going to be the first Muslim country. Mark my words. Bookmark it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Spain was a top pick for USA retirees. Yeah. Canada has the worst censorship going. Well, again, another commie country. They all want it. You see the censorship here. You saw how when Spindler and Herman talk, all they do is talk over them and interrupt them. These other people, they give them kid gloves. They give them a few extra seconds. They ask them all kinds of nice questions. And then, don't worry, we have somebody to help you over here. You know? They're so accommodating to one, but not the other. Israel destroyed Spain? Yeah, I know. Israel's everything. How could a country the size of New Jersey control everything? People are wild, dog. They all got, maybe it was their space lasers or something? Maybe it was them themselves. God, there's never any accountability anymore. There really isn't. That's why I was telling that lady, talking about how bad her neighborhood is. Well, let's go talk to your neighbors and let's see how many times they're out there cleaning up. Or going after the kid who did graffiti. Oh, their kid was the one that did graffiti. Sorry. Oh, that's your shit you dumped out down the street in front of somebody else's house. Got it. Yeah. Go to the nicer, cleaner neighborhoods and stuff. They don't do that. In fact, they put stuff that they're going to throw away and they call this something called 311. Large item pickup. And then the city comes and picks it up for free. They don't just throw it on somebody else's curb or in front of theirs and never get rid of it because they never called 311. Something called civic pride. When the community doesn't care, it shows. That's simple. This is simple shit. Okay? Go into nice neighborhoods. It shows they care. And if they ain't doing it, guess what? They're paying somebody to get it done. And then it gets done. Because they also understand, I've got a skill. So I could pay somebody to do something that I could already do and still do what I do and make more money. So it makes sense. Not to mention that would be a tax deduction. That's how smart people work. Okay? 2 birds with 1 stone. But I get it. Script readers are in here that can't even read in their own language. They can't even read it in their own language. Sad as fuck. But there you have it. And I'm telling you, I really believe that people like these NGOs go down there to Skid Row and sign these people up to come here to talk on their behalf with their little shirt on, give them a few bucks and some food. I bet. To keep the grift alive. Because they understand that without those people, they wouldn't exist anymore. Because why would we give them money if there is no problem? So you keep the problem alive. Problem creates budget. That's what's going on. You are who you surround yourself with. Absolutely, 50 cal. That's it. That's why I surround myself with no one. I'm just kidding. I got good friends. I love my friends. But yes, again, I don't hang out with dummies. I have a very small circle of friends. And all my friends work hard, no matter what they do. All of them. And guess what? They're all probably working right now. All but Steph. Steph's probably doing something fun right now. Rolling a joint. Thinking about the next riff. But thankfully he's not... doesn't have to write a record right now. See, look, he's getting ready to open up the pump. So that's what happens, man. It's good to be the king. When you're a rock star, I mean... really, you're working very few days. Sometimes. Sometimes you're working every day. Out traveling, working hard. You know what it is the more successful of a musician you are, I think the less days you work. Because you get more money and more, and you're working harder as a lesser musician because the gigs pay less. And you have to do more gigs to keep alive. I think that's kind of how it works in the music world. Time is money too, absolutely. That they say, don't do anything for free. Don't do anything for free that you do well, right? What does it say? Do I listen to KFI? Yeah, absolutely, Oscar. Yeah, Daniel Gus is on John Cobill's show all the time. Shout out to Daniel Gus. Ron, that is true. And again, a lot of things they don't like also is they take care of each other. A lot like a lot of Asian communities, especially Japanese. A lot of Japanese folks take care of each other. They do. I mean, Asian folks of all type, and they're productive. You don't see many Asian homeless people. You just don't. You might see one. Of course, there's one maybe mentally ill or something. I'm Siam. Yeah. Did you see the shirt that Kirk Hammett was wearing at the last Metallica show? Everybody's going crazy. It's Taylor Swift. There's a picture of fucking Taylor Swift on there. It says Taylor Swift's a psyop. Or a Fed psyop. I think maybe that's what it is, a Fed psyop. I think that's what it said. So, yeah. Good old Kirk Hammett. Metallica, man. Need rooftop Koreans back? Well, thankfully there's no rioting, so we don't. We may at some point. But hopefully we don't. Hopefully we never get to that anymore. I don't like seeing the city burn. And we're still hearing about it. That shit was in 92. And yet we're still hearing about it. Food deserts. Who in their right mind's going to go and take millions and tens of millions of dollars and invest it in their area when they know it could be burned at any moment because they hate you anyways? Right? Who in their right mind's going to do that? Nobody. Okay? Nobody. That's why all of those places have left, the ones that were burnt and never came back. And the ones who do stay there are, I guess, living on pins and needles and have to, hope for the best. Taylor Swift's a man. Oh, shit, you better tell Travis Kelce. Over here banging a dude. Old Travis better find out quick. She had to untuck by now. No way he don't know. I mean, I saw that picture of Big Mike when he was a kid. Holy smokes. You can see it. The whole Adam's apple's gone. Let's shave that down. Holy smokes. All right, guys. Guess that's it. At least we got something in. They'll be back tomorrow, right? We'll get LA City Council tomorrow, so it should be interesting. Thankfully, Herman and Spindler didn't get kicked out today, so they should be back tomorrow. Should be fun and interesting, especially when they. I don't know if it's tomorrow they do the vote for. They want to allow illegal aliens to vote in city elections. Yes, you heard me right. They want the illegal aliens to have the right to vote in the city elections. So, yeah, this is what I mean by you're the one who gives them the crumbs. Of course, they're going to vote for the person who gives them some crumbs. This isn't fucking rocket science. So I think that is tomorrow that they vote for that. Should be interesting. So hopefully you can join us at 10:15 a.m. I will be here, guys. I'm going to stay here and do, a bunch of eBaying and shit. But you know what that means. Since I'm here, we probably won't get a chase. But if I leave because I have to do something, then we'll get a chase. But I don't have to do anything, so I don't know. Keep the notifications on. Hopefully we get us a chase, because I'll hop on in 3 minutes from right now, even if I end this right now. Let's hope for a chase. Pray to the chase gods that we get us something, please. Other than that, I guess that's it. Thank you for the likes, the love, and the donos. Thank you guys for being so generous. Thank you, Job for 9 and all the rest of you. Texas Lady Boss and a few others. Thank you, guys, for all the donos. Thank you, Damien, the electrician. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one, if not tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.
This party is officially over.
Hasta la vista, baby.